It's our 50th edition of the podcast.
Woo!
Woo!
And that's all I'm saying is
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So it's
Same.
gonna be fun. I cannot actually believe that this made it to 50 episodes, but I'm happy it did. So we have got some fun stuff we're going to do later on today. The thing that we discussed off screen after the last episode.
Uh-huh.
But we're going to get to that at the very end. So, before we get to that, Mike, how was your week?
Week's been pretty good. I've got this week off from work, which is nice because it's also Superman week, and that's really just been my sole focus, honestly. It's the movie I'm the most excited for. You guys all know that. And I'll be seeing that a couple times this weekend, so pretty excited.
Absolutely. Pretty.
just usual. I finally, this one beat sheet that I've been working on for weeks, and then I kind of put off because the one rating program got canceled, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to be an adult and finish it, so I have it. So I got that done, so I'm going to try to hopefully get it to outline. Just doing some like podcasting shenanigans, and yeah, that's about it.
Nice. Kierna.
A little bit of a rough day today. As for the week, though, it's been okay. Kind of just, doing our thing, playing the game, playing the TTRPGs and stuff, the tabletop RPGs. And just hanging out in a lot of streams. And I beat Doom the Dark Ages, so that was good.
Nice.
Review is incoming
Nice.
on RPC
Nice.
very soon. I already wrote it, just doing some minor touch-ups. And yeah, so
What's up, Jacob?
it was a good game. I'll give it that. But detailed thoughts to come. And yeah, other than that, same old. Looking forward to Superman,
Absolutely.
of course.
Absolutely. All right. So, since the last week, I did a couple of 4th of July celebrations with my roommate's family and then some people I know in town.
Nice.
I got to actually try out a Nintendo Switch 2.
Nice.
Oh,
Boy,
cool.
that is a Switch with some different Joy-Cons.
I mean, it's like the dead dove thing. Like, I don't know what I was expecting.
Like, we played Mario Kart 8, and it was fun. I will say it was kind of cool because, like, you don't have, like, starting points where you start from a finish line because it's like a cross-country touring thing, so that's kind of interesting. I have not regularly played a version of Mario Kart that is not 64 ever, so that was a
Really?
jump. Oh, I stopped being a hardcore Nintendo fan after the 64. Like, and after that, it was other friends' consoles, and then I bought a Wii U for, because I wanted to have one. But anyway, so
Poor Wii U. Like, such a great console and concept that utterly got fucked because no one knew how to market it and made
What?
no games for it.
okay,
Yep.
people say they gave up on the Ouya fast. Oh boy. Well, they still did, but anyway. But yeah, there was that. Played more Assassin's Creed 3.
Nice.
That game is good, except for the wolf and bear attack QTEs. They're actually broken. Actually physically broken. So there are 2 versions of you being attacked by a wolf or a bear.
Mhm.
Prepared, surprised. And
Oh, God.
prepared, you get a circle prompt. You push the button in time for when they want you to push the button. And surprised, they put up a prompt, you push the button, and the timing of which they want you to push the button. When you're not surprised, I have gotten it right 1,000% of the time.
Mhm.
When it is in not surprised 1,000% of the time, and I've been told by everyone, including people at Ubisoft, quote tweeting tweets from before claiming that it's not broken, that it's the exact same timing as not surprise attacks. I have not gotten it to be correct one time, and I'm counting it now 65 encounters with wolves and bears for the surprise attack to actually have the QTE count.
Wow.
Man.
And
But why
that's-
specifically wolves and bears? That's like
because that's the only
weird.
things that attack you.
Oh no.
That's some.
I
that's
say
some
bears and wolves
Expedition
because it's
33
literally
shit.
only bears and wolves. Like you have bears and foxes and rabbits and but they don't, try and rip your asshole open if you look in their general direction from 5 miles away.
Interesting.
But anyway, other than that, it is a ton of fun. The only thing I will say, and I feel it is something, hello Crafty, that I'm going to appreciate
Crafty.
once we get out of, I want to say, the frontier. One thing that we're now getting to more of is the, what I want to say, actual bases that Templars are in, where you have to like get inside them and lurk and do whatever and crouch around. And in the later games they have that, like in my personal favorite Assassin's Creed so far still is Syndicate. There's big buildings where you get to crawl throughout rooms and do all this and that and go through and like filter through stuff and hide behind boxes and get at people. You have no verticality to do anything in the game in those bases. You have to just hope a box or a patch of grass is there agreeing with the AI pathing. And a lot of times it doesn't turn out well. And Kiona, you played what was it called? Godfall, right?
Yes, I played some of Godfall. Yeah.
Do you remember how ungodly easy the parrying mechanic was in that game?
Yeah.
So
I'm not any good at parrying, and that game made it pretty easy.
So in a common game, when you want to do a parry or a block, you have to wait for the pixels of the weapon to come near you, right about to hit you, then press the button and your blade or whatever will come up and block it. That's how every single Assassin's Creed game I've been playing in this marathon has worked.
Yes.
In 3, as soon as the weapon goes towards you, you hit the button, and then when it comes to you, it will block it. If you try to wait, the attack will go through you.
Huh.
So my autocorrect brain is trying to do that in every fight with 16 Templars that you get in these things, and it's failing a lot because I'm not used to the new timing for the blocking. It's like it's Arkham City and Arkham Asylum style blocking, and not pinpoint blocking.
Oh.
So it's kicking my ass in a lot of fights while I'm trying to block. Like, the fights are a lot better. Like, the actual mechanical parts of it, it's just my brain is so auto-locked to doing it a certain way that it's screwing with me. Yeah, but one thing that I am excited for, and it's something that I realized, Mike, I'm not going to be able to make it to the Superman recording on Saturday. Probably. When are we doing it again?
That won't be till the 18th. Or the 19th.
The 19th. Oh! Then I'm good. Never mind. I thought we were doing it this Saturday. I screwed up on that. But this Saturday, I am going to get to meet the voice actor of my favorite female anime character of all time. Christine Cabanos will be in Green Bay, 2.5 hours away from here. The woman who voices Mako Mankancho from Kill la Kill.
Yes.
And I will finally get to meet her. I have been looking at conventions for 7 years to meet that woman. It finally happened. Hello, Umbreon. I appreciate you coming by. And you're in IMAX for Superman. Ooh, boy.
Ooh.
He's going to
very
have
nice.
himself. He's going to have himself a good time. All
Yes,
right.
indeed.
Let's get into the show. Alrighty. So, we're going to go through some buy or sells here. There's not a ton of them. Kiona, buy or
Yeah.
sell that in a patch that came out today, they put in The Last of Us 2 Remastered a chronological experience update, letting you play the game in actual chronological order without having to, like, blah, 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 it on PC.
Is that so?
Yeah, they also added some new trophies, unlockable skins, and other stuff, and they also put Nathan Drake
Okay.
and Sam Drake skins in No Return. So yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. All right. Well.
Yes, Jacob, I do remember that, buddy. That was really cool. of you.
Yeah, I mean, I buy it. I think it's I think it's a good thing to have just because of the, I think it might make it a more palatable experience in a way. I don't know if that's the right word, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I'd buy that. Sure. It's a free update.
I
Why the
just
hell not?
I love that there's actively people upset about this update.
Really?
I've seen PlayStation fans update because they're still putting stuff into this game, quote unquote, remaking it one more time.
That's
No.
not a remake.
No,
That's
that's
not
a
what that
quality of
means.
life update. Like, you should be thankful that, like 5
Mhm.
plus years later that they're still fucking updating
That they're
this
still
game.
updating it.
And,
Exactly.
yeah, it's wasting studio resources is the other one I saw. I bet this took 2 people to do on
Yeah.
a random Tuesday.
Dude, like are people no.
And it's like their
I'm-
biggest franchise. I'm like, seriously, like, this game is to what Ghostbusters 2016
expecting.
was, to like movie nerds, like just absolute brainworms. I'm
No,
like,
it's-
I get it that you didn't like the game. It's 5
But-
years. Grow up.
No, it's gotten to the point of showing how busted any form of critique is. No one actually knows how to actively think. I saw someone on Twitter today go, this game has turned into RE4.
What?
Which RE4 got re-released a bunch of times. The Last of Us Part 2 got remastered
Are you kidding me?
once and has gotten free content updates.
Yeah,
How is
like
that re-releasing it 17 times?
right. The only time it got released is, was the PS5 version, right?
Yeah. When they should not have called it a remaster, they should have called it the Seattle edition or something, because they just added new content and made it look 2% better.
Yeah. Yeah.
They should have just called it the complete edition or the director's cut, or no, what did they
Yeah.
call Ghost of Tsushima? Was it the director's cut?
It was
I'm
the director's
pretty
cut.
sure it
yeah.
was, yeah.
Yeah, that was exactly what it is. It's just like we have the extra stuff
It's
in
the
it now with the
director's
DLC. That's all.
Yeah,
I
they
needed
could
to
have
do.
called
Anyway,
it. Yeah, I agree with you. They could have called it the Seattle edition or whatever. Yeah, that would have
Yeah.
made sense.
Yes.
But are these the same people? Do they complain about Skyrim being ported and remade and ported like a thousand million
Kiona,
times?
because that's a good game and that's not wasting studio resources.
Oh, whatever. Oh my goodness gracious! People
Yeah.
just need to like shut the fuck up.
Like, seriously.
Just shut the
All
fuck up.
right. So, and I'm gonna another one that is just for you, Kiona. Buy or sell that Cody Rhodes has been cast as Guile in the live-action Street Fighter movie.
You know,
this movie's cast is fucking insane.
I'm so happy that we have a rapper, a comedian, and 2 wrestlers in the cast of this movie. I have no doubt that this will be a superbly acted film.
To be fair, I honestly think out of any wrestlers we have, those 2 are probably the ones that are most capable of pulling an actual performance out of their ass that aren't actual actors.
I'm so tired of Cody at this point. I am literally just sick of him. I have become that person. I have become Chris Jericho. No, I have become someone who is just sick and tired of Cody Rhodes, and I'm sorry, but that's just where I'm at.
Are you saying, Kiana, that you are in fact a hater?
Maybe. I don't know, man. It's just it's the shtick, maybe, and
Yeah.
the fact that it's like it's
No, it's
him
for
playing
real.
Guile,
I feel you.
however, is like that is the role for him. If there's going to be any role for him, I'm
Mhm.
picturing him with
Oh,
the
yeah, for
hair and
sure.
everything. Like Boss Logic drew that picture of
Yeah.
him with like the hair, and it works. I mean, it does work, but. Man, this movie is gonna be this is gonna be a hot mess. I think it's just gonna be all over the
There's
place.
gonna be no middle ground.
I'm excited.
It's either gonna be great or horrible.
I'm excited to see it. Honestly,
Same.
after the
honestly
last
felt
one,
bad
I don't
for
know.
this.
I honestly think
It
my
can't be
favorite
worse, right?
casting is 50 Cent as Balrog.
Yeah, honestly, that is really good casting. I'll say that much. I'll say that
Yeah.
much.
Daniel Day-Lewis being and the only God, if anyone was going to be in a video game for Daniel Day-Lewis, it would have been in something like The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real. Yeah.
Or, like, honestly, I don't mean to toot my whatever, but PlayStation style games are something that Daniel Day-Lewis would be in. Or, like,
I think so.
one
I
of,
think so.
who's the main, I can see him. He is, hello, Allie, the main, like, commander that in the first ship that is giving Chief orders in Halo 1. I can't think of his name. The older guy.
Captain Keys.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or you. I don't know why, but my brain just put Daniel Day-Lewis as G-Man in fucking Half-Life.
I could actually see that though.
I
could actually see that.
I could. Or, you know, the ultimate role for him is to, hello, Rage Quit.
Thank
Hi.
you for sharing.
Thanks.
That's a real nice thing to say the first time that you're in somebody's stream.
Yeah, that's...
Oh.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm picturing now Daniel Day-Lewis as Frank West because I need to hear him say I've covered wars, you know? I don't know why. I just think it'd be really funny. All right, so Mike, buy or sell, a scene where Ultraman punches Crypto was removed from Superman. It received very negative reaction during test screenings. James Gunn decided to cut it. Man, John Wick shouldn't have happened.
I'll be honest. I kind of sell this only because John Wick.
Well, I sold it because someone made a very good point, and I agree with this utterly and completely. We have a giant problem in movies nowadays where we can't just let someone be an evil motherfucker.
That too.
That's just like you know, in general, like media, it's like, oh, they're misunderstood or blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, even if you do have their motivations, you know, people can just still suck, right?
Yeah, like Aaron Yeager is a well-written character. He is a villain.
Which is like the whole thing. Let me just. This is a slight side tangent, but here's the whole thing with like Attack on Titan that makes me laugh, especially with like all the discourse and whenever everyone's like, "Oh, Aaron Yeager, you know, right, blah 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 blah," but I'm like, here's the thing: that panel of like Aaron in the mirror is just the most complete accurate analogy because like Aaron's a mirror to you, like. Aaron is a mirror to the general populace, and y'all aren't ready to have that conversation.
Yeah, it's just like, it's one of those things where you need to admit it's like, the end result of what he did got the point across, but the way he did it was wrong. And that is a person who's a fan of his choice.
He does kind of smell like a baka.
Yeah, it's
Sussy baka.
Sussy baka. All right. So Bree, buy or sell, James Gunn, when asked about superhero fatigue, exists. I think there is such a thing as superhero fatigue. I think it doesn't have anything to do with superheroes. I think it has to do with the kind of stories that get told. If you lose your eye on the ball, which the character is. So
I absolutely buy this. I mean, it's not just superhero. It's like a trend thing. It's happened, you know, through decades of Hollywood. Like, you know, Hollywood musicals, like for a long time, died out in like the late 60s, 70s. Westerns died out. I mean, things just come and go in phases. It just, we had so many good films. And then I think a lot of it too is because of the pandemic and, you know, put everything on streaming, you know, that, you know, for short-term gains, you know, we trained audiences. They're like, well, if this isn't worth me spending $100 to see in the movie theaters. So to me, you know, as much as it sucks for theaters and everything else, this is just like the market reacting correctly. And that, you know, maybe we should, you know, not remake our movie, like, fix it in post. Maybe we should just actually write a screenplay and commit to it.
Oh, don't worry. No, we got a story on that later. I saw someone's funny tweet that fucking nailed something later on that I laughed way too hard at.
Oh boy.
All right, we are in the gaming news segment. Kiona, we're gonna bring one back from a while ago that we talked about.
Oh, yay. Let's talk about it, sure.
In a new video, Kamiya discussed the Bayonetta 3 Helena Taylor controversy.
Oh, Kamiya-san, give it to us. Come
Even
on.
famous people were jumping in and throwing comments at me. And then, once things calmed down, I went back and looked. They had all quietly deleted their tweets. Hey, apologize to me first before you do anything sneaky. That's some real coward shit. You posted it publicly on social media, right? So if you were wrong, you should publicly admit it and say, hey, I messed up. Own it. And then I had to laugh at this. Someone
That's
commented
right.
underneath it. Or maybe you just didn't see it, Kamiya, because you block everyone you don't like.
That's also funny. But you know what? I don't disagree with him.
No, the more the dust became settled on all that, the more Helena Taylor looked like a fucking moron.
Oh, it's like such... Oh, my God.
Oh, it was bad.
I'm sorry, but yeah.
The amount of money she was offered to say probably like 5 lines near the end of there. Oh, boy. Woo.
Yep.
Yeah, what a way to kill your career. Like, Jesus.
And
Oh, for real, yeah.
Helena, when you're just like, well, who are they going to get? And then they got Jen Hale.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
They literally called up voice actor Goddess and went, hey, are you free on Tuesday? And she said yes. God, get people in their thoughts like, this is your character. Ay, ay, ay. All right, now on to some more things that make sense. EA reportedly expects Battlefield 6 to bring in 100 million players.
Wow. Okay.
A number that even DICE devs don't think is feasible.
Of course, yeah, because they operate in a little thing called reality, that's why.
How many people...
Jesus.
Hold on. How many people... What's the newest Call of Duty that's out now?
What is it, like Black Ops 6? Yeah, Black Ops 6.
Black... Is that the one that was announced? Or is that the one that's coming out?
No, Black Ops 7 is the one that was announced.
Got it. Black
Yeah.
Ops.
So 6 is the one that's out now. Instead of going to Modern Warfare, they're just going from from one Black Ops to the next Black Ops.
Yeah,
which is unusual.
With difficulty, take the exact numbers. Steam charts show an average of around 87,000 people. And the peak was 160,000 in November.
Wow.
But let's get 100 million, guys!
I don't know, maybe we should just try maybe aiming 1 million first. Like, let's kind of get to
God,
6
for
figures.
real.
Fucking EA in the background going, $100 billion.
I don't even think for anything there's that many live service players. Like a single.
No.
I mean,
No. And that's a giant
And
reason
not
why
for
this...
Battlefield.
No. Battlefield's good,
After
but it's not Call of Duty.
2042? After 2042 and everything that they tried there and made it completely multiplayer focused, that didn't bring in 100 million players.
I don't even think
No.
during the pandemic there would have been anything with 100 million players.
No,
And
absolutely
everyone was
not.
literally trapped at home.
Yeah, it was... Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
Ay. But, all right, hey.
Yeah, that. Even DICE is sitting there going no, that's not going to happen.
That's not gonna... But it's EA. I don't
It's
even think they
EA
have
and its
100 million people
shareholders, of
playing
course.
FIFA.
I don't think so.
How many... Was it just FIFA?
Highly doubtful.
How many people are playing? Was it just FIFA whatever year?
Yeah.
Uh,
God, I don't even know what they call FIFA anymore.
So peaks reaching well over 100,000 for FIFA, their biggest game.
Wow.
100,000. Okay.
No, just move those zeros over a couple of notches.
Sure.
We'll get it. Don't you
Sure.
worry, guys. All right. Hey, guys.
This is
Remember when
so
Kiona
stupid.
had an Xbox rant last week?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
We got
Remember when I
another
mentioned Perfect Dark?
We got no one. Hey, Kiona, what was the thing you were asking about so much last week that you couldn't understand wasn't showing up anywhere?
Perfect Dark.
Hey, Kiona, what got canceled in the studio shutdown that was making it?
Perfect Dark. That was so perfectly dark.
What?
It happened when I was on stream. I was doing a stream last week Wednesday, and I read the article like live, and you got to see my reaction. I was like, "Oh my god, this is so ridiculous."
Yeah, so I'm gonna just open up the old pure Xbox thingy here, and we're gonna go over the minor
The
parts,
old pure Xbox thing.
and then we're gonna go over the big
Finger.
parts because there's a lot to go on here. Breaking,
Yeah,
the
there
new
is.
MMO RPG from ZeniMax Online Studios, maker of Elder Scrolls Online, now has been canceled as part of Xbox's layoffs, sources tell Bloomberg. The project, codenamed Blackbird, has been in development since 2018.
Mhm.
Still more news to come this morning. I can confirm that Xbox is now canceling the long-troubled Perfect Dark and closing the initiative per email from Xbox Studio President Matt Booty, seen by Bloomberg News.
Ouch.
Oh,
First
Matt
reported by
Booty.
Windows Central. You could not
No.
have a more perfect last name.
Yes,
He
I
is
know.
just Booty. He is just bum
Oh
cheeks.
my god, like literally.
But let's go into a Kotaku article. Alrighty, the Perfect Dark
Kotaku,
gameplay
the bastion
reveal
of
was
journalism.
repeatedly, completely fucking fake.
Okay, so here I heard about this. And apparently what they've said, there have been conflicting reports on that, because apparently what one of the artists who worked on it said it was a vertical slice. It was designed to be played in the exact way that they played it and demoed it. So like if they did certain things differently in the demo, it would have just broke it completely. So it was a vertical slice of gameplay, and it was actually created by them, but it was like a like a concept piece, like a conceptual sort of example of what the game would have been.
Yeah.
So
but
somebody did come out and debunk what Kotaku said there.
they did debunk it, but in a way they didn't, because it was presented as a thing they prepared to show how the game worked.
Yeah.
And it played that way.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So in a way they didn't.
Yeah.
That is edging dangerously close to the, what was it? Oh, what was it?
Hmm?
It was made by Guerrilla Games. What was that damn game?
Oh, Killzone 2.
Killzone 2, where they literally said a trailer was gameplay. That is
Right,
damn
yeah,
near
yeah,
the
yeah.
same thing.
Yeah. It's pretty close.
Yes.
But
Alright.
I mean, it was an example of what the game could have been.
Could
And I
ha-
wish that
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
it would have been something.
Oh, I wish that a lot of
Just
things would have
close
been
the
something.
initiative without releasing anything,
7 years. Alright, we're gonna
for
run
7
down a
years.
list. Hey,
All that work.
remember when PlayStation should have been shot out of a cannon into the sun as the worst studio on the planet because they shut down
Yeah.
Concord in the studio? And that was it? And
Yeah.
then canceled like 2 games? And didn't close those other 2 studios, just had them start other games and didn't fire all of them?
Oh, gee, that would have been nice if
You
that
know-
happened here.
You know that? We're going to go through just what Xbox did in 2024.
It's insane.
Since the top of 2024. But don't worry, PlayStation is the bad studio that should be shot out of a cannon because of Concord.
Uh-huh.
The initiative closed down, Perfect Dark canceled, Rare's new game Everwild canceled after 7 years of development, new ZeniMax Studio IP Project Blackbird canceled, and the studio head Matt Freuer is leaving the company after 18 years of service because of it. 50% of Turn 10 gone, Forza developer, and they're canceling Forza Motorsports because of layoffs. 10% of King is gone, layoffs at Raven Software. Arcane Austin shut down. Tango Gameworks nearly lost forever after they shut them down after saying they needed a studio that won them awards, and they won them a fucking BAFTA. Alpha Dog Games shut down.
It didn't
Roundhouse
matter.
Studios closed down. Blizzard's Odyssey canceled. It appears Microsoft as a publisher was for John Romero's new FPS game. They also
Oof.
entirely cut the funding, and the project was canceled unless they can find a new developer. And
I
also
remember
the
reading about
layoffs
that.
at just Xbox are
Yeah.
expected to be over 9,000 people.
God damn.
Yep.
Do you know what they were killing PlayStation about? Laying off 900 people across all of their studios.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But Xbox really needed to buy ABK, didn't they? That was a value proposition that they wouldn't just dump studios and wouldn't lay off a bunch of people. Remember when they said that and testified
Remember
in
that
court?
they said that. I do remember that they said that, yeah.
I love how everyone's coming out of the woodwork and going, oh, wait, that was actually not a good idea to give one of the biggest developers to one of the greediest companies on the fucking planet. Because they need to compete. You're owned by $1 trillion company. Just make a studio. You bitch at Sony for buying single developers with one game, and they twice in a row bought two of the biggest publishers on the fucking planet, and have
I
done
know.
jack shit with them,
I know.
except fire the people that work there.
Yep.
And I like games on both sides, but let's stop saying that Sony is evil for shutting down Concord when this shit is happening.
Capitalism, baby.
And we're going to go a little bit further down to the part that no one likes to talk about when it's Microsoft, period. According to the Seattle Times, Microsoft has laid off 15,000 plus employees in 2025 to free up spending for AI.
Of course.
Of course.
Because that helps. Investing heavily in AI infrastructure and products at the cost of everything is proving popular amongst shareholders, is stated in the Seattle Times.
That's
Of
not the word
course
I'd
it
use.
is.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Feel
I'm
very
sorry,
bad for
but-
Xbox devs. But yeah, I had a picture in my messages here that really kind of drives home the point of what has happened since it's gotten there. This is what's happened at where are we? And we need to go to this one to see a little bit better. Nope, we need to go to this one to see a little bit better.
There we go.
That's everything that has been
Good
closed off
Lord.
since they bought it.
Wow.
Yeah, but let's let them
The-
buy some more stuff so they can compete.
The craziness is like with Turn 10,
Their biggest publisher, one of them,
50%
yeah,
is
canceled-
gone.
and canceled a series of theirs that made money.
I know. It actually made money for them. That's crazy to me. Like, why?
Yeah, because smart decisions.
Yeah. They've been one of their most consistent development teams, and they're eliminating half their workforce.
And
That's insane.
Forza Motorsports 5, I think, just sold 2.8 million copies on the PlayStation.
I know. I don't.
It's unreal. I don't mean to be that guy, but there needs to be some upper management just
What the?
Out the
What is
window.
happening?
Every time I get excited about a new hire in their management, I am immediately just going, well, I think you only can work at Xbox if you think a certain way. Because I was really excited about Sarah Bond, and she proved me to be wrong within months.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay, also, I have a quote from Sir Philip Spencer
Uncle Phil.
right after Perfect Dark announced the canceling and closing of the studio. To position
This is-
gaming for an enduring success and allow us to focus on strategic growth areas, we will endure/decrease work in certain areas of the business and follow Microsoft's lead in removing layers of management to increase agility and effectiveness.
That
Anyone
is
else
such
speak
corp.
bullshit?
That,
Yeah, seriously, Phil. Fuck right off.
yeah, seriously.
Yep. And there was someone talking about how
Mm-hmm.
certain games haven't released things in certain amount of time and how they weren't shut down. Like how Perfect Dark didn't work after so long, so they shut the studio down because they weren't producing anything. I had to credit this person because I want to make sure they got the credit for this really good tweet. Reese Kiwis Talk Riley. Retro Studios have released no games between Tropical Freeze in 2014 and MPR in 2023, and there were no layoffs, and they're about to release a Game of the Year contender in Metroid Prime 4. So for damn near 10 years, they didn't release a game, and they didn't shut them down. Because Nintendo a company, shady practices otherwise, actually gives a good amount of shit about their employees. Which, it's bad to say that the Japanese, in their culture of crunching people, cares more than the American game developer.
Yeah, that's saying something.
That's not good. Japan is the one that came up with the "you could sleep in a cot under your desk" mentality.
Mhm.
There's pictures of it at Konami Studios when they were making Silent Hill. It's terrifying. Devs, and there's some other statements underneath that, devs aren't going to work at 100% productivity when they have to worry about layoffs at Microsoft is asinine. Perfect Dark was 7 years of development down the drain.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. It was.
I have one more giant thing about stuff from Xbox that got put out from a well-known leaker for their kind of stuff. Alarming new statements from prominent leaker about the future of Xbox. The well-known leaker Sneakerso, who was the first to report on Xbox titles coming to PS5 months before the official announcement, has recently shared concerns about Xbox's future. He claims that Xbox plans to compensate for the workforce reductions by training managers to use AI tools like Copilot and ChatGPT. Videos are being created to teach prompt writing and how to use language models to assist generation and new product workflows in game development. In simple terms, projects that survive the layoffs are expected to maintain previous quality of levels and meet deadlines, but with smaller budgets and without the same experienced workforce. This leaker also emphasizes that this will not be the last wave of layoffs coming from Xbox game studios. According to Sneaker, conversations inside sources, Xbox has only been profitable during the second half of the Xbox 360 era. Since then, it's only shown profit on paper due to the revenue added by the Activision Blizzard acquisition in recent financial reports. If Activision Blizzard's acquisition hadn't been finalized, Microsoft likely would have downsized Xbox, keeping only major studios like Mojang while shutting down or merging the rest. Sneakers believes that the only reason Xbox brand still has its current appearance is because the 10 to 20 million loyal users who renew their expensive Xbox Game Pass subscriptions. This recurring revenue is highly valuable to Xbox, and at least until it can transition Xbox into a smaller, more focused operation centered around blockbuster titles. Over the last 2 years, Microsoft has consistently laid off employees, canceling projects, and shut down teams every 3 to 6 months. He argues that it is slow, deliberate death of Xbox already planned out, even if it's never officially communicated to the public. According to Sneakers, Microsoft no longer values franchises like Halo. Kiona, that's not true.
Oh, no, not true at all.
No. The way they once did. Whether Halo is made by an internal team or outsourced, it doesn't matter to the current management. His final comments about Xbox, Activision Blizzard. There's a lot that needs to be said about what's happening since the Xbox Activision Blizzard merger. Many have focused on Bobby Kotick and the board's intention to sell and how profitable it was, but no one really asked how Activision Blizzard itself felt about the journey. Some believe the sale was due to civil lawsuits or the threat of criminal charges, which certainly played a role. But the core issues was that Activision Blizzard has passed its prime and the board knew it. It wasn't just that Blizzard faced major challenges or that COD profits were being undermined by technical debt and high production costs. The real issue was that Activision Blizzard had a long since stopped diversifying its portfolio, fucking shocking, relying on smaller number of guaranteed IPs. With the deal finalized, many of Activision Blizzard execs found high-ranking roles within Microsoft as their leadership was viewed as more successful than Microsoft's internal teams. So there's no surprise that Microsoft has not managed a portfolio in the exact same way Activision Blizzard did.
You know what? If you work in any creative industry or know what's going on, none of this is shocking. It's like, it's Tuesday, which it actually is when we're recording it, but you get the gist.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
it is. I need to find a photo. Nope. Where is it? I'm going in the wrong direction. What am I doing? What
We're all going in the wrong direction, Brock.
I know. I think that I didn't put the damn picture in the thing I wanted to put the damn picture in. Hold on. I had a thing that I wanted to do with the thing, and then the thing didn't go into the thing, and... Where is it in there? It might be in there. Alright, anyway. We're going on to... Where did that go? Alright. The former Arcane Studios Dishonored and the founder of Arcane Studios, which made Dishonored, and the current publishing director of Larian Studios shared their concerns with with about Xbox Game Pass. I had his exact statement on here in a picture, but now it appears that I have possibly lost it. Yeah, I think I lost it, but hold on. Let me see what I can do here. Give me a moment. Arcane founder. Alrighty, hold on here. Let's see, where is that?
For the record, I think Larian was very smart not to put Baldur's Gate 3 on Game Pass.
Because they actually like to make money. All right,
Yep.
so
His
his statement is,
I think
I think Game Pass is unattainable, is unsustainable model that has increasingly been damaging the industry for a decade, subsidized by Microsoft's infinite money. Right on X, but at some point reality has to hit. I don't think Game Pass can coexist with other models. They'll either kill everyone else or give up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot tell me that it's working out so well on Xbox that they need to put games on PlayStation.
Yeah.
And single player games at that.
Yeah.
It's just not it. It's not good.
But for real, like at this point, like none of this, because a lot of this is going similar in other creative fields with like what's going on. But even if you don't have that background knowledge, it's like at this point you have to be living in an alternate reality if you can't see like the systematic takedown of Xbox. Like, if fanboy or not, like I don't care how much you love the console, like something is obviously happening, and like none of this is shocking. Like the amount of employees being let go is like absurd.
Yep.
I know.
For those that don't know, 9,000 employees. I think that is the grand, like, closing in on the number of studios that PlayStation has, period. Those that don't know how big gaming studios are, they're regularly big if they have 300 people.
Yeah.
Some people don't realize how. Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's in the teens
That's
amounts
so
of studios worth of people let go. That's fucking insane. Actually fucking insane. But, yeah, it's... Boof. So, speaking of things that aren't insane, and I can't... Oh, boy.
Couldn't even get through that with a straight face, could you?
I really tried.
I know you were trying.
I forgot what he said the reason was, and I broke into laughing.
Can I say it? Can I say it with like an accent?
Please do.
Go ahead.
Please do.
All right, because I never read these headlines. Mind's Eye director says the game will be relaunched. Blames the game's failure on saboteurs.
What does that fucking mean?
What does that mean, bro?
Did someone break into your studio and go, "Oh, I'm going to make a person act as if they were a symbiote if you're on the mover"?
Oh, yes. Oui.
Like legit, like this is the game that keeps on giving. Like, oh my god,
like to quote,
like, you don't even need to play the game. Like, this is entertainment.
Like, that's the worst part. I wanted to play this game so bad when it came out. But and the fact that it's broken hasn't stopped me from wanting to play it. Part of I've watched some people play this, and oh boy, I think I might piss myself laughing on stream. But like, I'm picturing this, and I'm picturing this guy is like, the game was there, built, working 100% correctly. He left for the weekend. Some French gremlins broke into the studio, just started pulling wires. He walks in, turns on his PC, and goes, my breadsticks! And like, it's all just like, what are we?
Can we make an
Saboteurs,
Alma
you say.
breadstick shirt? Like, you need to make an Alma breadstick shirt.
I gladly would, but that is a stolen quote by Matt McMuscles, who says it a lot, and I'm pretty sure has merch of that. I just quote it because I love that so fucking much. It's from Two Best Friends Play. If he ever gave me permission in person, I would. I would take that from him gladly, but yeah, it's fucking...
Fair.
But, oh god, yeah, I'm picturing the fucking... Oh god. Alright,
Dude,
so...
that guy is like the greasiest game developer I've ever seen. Like, that dude looks like the type that would completely, like, scam his whole entire audience.
Saboteurs.
I'm so sorry, but that's what he just reminded me of.
Saboteurs. What are you fucking... You didn't even say hackers, you said saboteurs.
No, seriously, like, this is like getting to Tiger King levels of crazy. Like, what is that going on?
Oh man, no one is going to remember this game. Kiona, this was only for
Let me see.
PC. Do you remember the game Devil's Hunt?
Yeah,
So
vaguely, but yes.
it was a game that was basically Devil May Cry, and like there was some other inspiration, but it was very much Devil May Cry and kind of Dante's Inferno-y, kind of. And then it was supposed to be released for PC and later on for PlayStation and Xbox. And then, if I'm remembering his story correctly,
Oh, dude. Yeah.
yeah, when it got released to PC, workers came in to like work the next day, and the upper management had left, and the building was empty.
What?
Oh.
They were just gone, and they skipped town.
Oh my god. How is this still up for sale?
Because they never took it down. It never got updated. Since weekend 1, it's been version 1.
That's insane.
Because I imagine Steam still gets some credit if you buy it.
I remember that thing was on sale for like a couple of bucks, and I almost picked it up one time, and I was just like, and then I looked at it, I was like, oh god, this looks terrible.
It's one of the
Dodged the
few
bullet
games I
there.
have on Steam other than Jackbox games. Because I was super excited. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Oh god,
right.
it looks. Ugh.
Yeah, but okay, so
No,
we
thank
mentioned earlier about Xbox games going to PlayStation. I'm going to read a
Yeah,
quote,
good.
and then I'm going to read an announcement.
Sure.
Sony Interactive Entertainment's current strategy is to evaluate live service games that expand audience reach and offer crossplay. We will certainly carefully each of our live service titles on a case-by-case basis. Crossplay, meaning other consoles for
Right.
live service games.
Yeah.
Helldivers 2 is going to Xbox and only costs $40, but apparently no one wants to buy it because they'd have to buy it. Because they didn't put it on Game Pass.
Mwah, mwah.
Same
Do you remember
problem.
how many Xbox players were begging to play it? And then PlayStation players were begging PlayStation to let them have the game.
I know.
It was the most rare moment where they're like, let's save Super Earth together. No, it's not on Game Pass. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Remember
And
what we
just
said?
saw we just saw the other example of this too with Final Fantasy 16.
Yep.
It's not on Game Pass, so they don't want it.
And do you want to know when a bunch of Xbox people hammered Arrowhead with replies? They basically just put up a tweet saying it's not going on Game Pass.
Good for them. Good for
Banging.
Arrowhead. Yeah.
It's a live service game. Of course they're going to put it over there.
Yeah.
It was on PC already. It might as well have been an Xbox game. Like,
I know. Yeah, exactly. I have it on PC.
and now it's every single game's going over there. They literally said in an announcement last month or so that we're putting live service games on other platforms. Because it's a live service game. You need player count.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But then I saw someone saying that, oh man, what is the other head of PlayStation that's not Herman Hills? I forget his name every time. Hiroki Totoki?
God.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, Hiroki Totoki. Yes.
I heard someone
My
say
favorite name.
he just turned into the Asian Phil Spencer because they put Helldivers on Xbox.
Really?
What?
Oh my god.
These are hardcore PlayStation, and I mean riding that Sony dick Twitter accounts posting this shit.
Oh my god.
Happening right now?
Delusional on both sides.
What is happening?
Ay, ay, ay.
Yo, I don't even know how you guys are even still on there because it just seems like the worst trip to be on that site anymore.
Hey man, there's some fun. It's not often, but it's fun sometimes. Sometimes.
I mean, so are colonoscopies, if you think about it.
Oh God.
I want you to expand on that. What situation have you ever walked into a colonoscopy and went, "Yay!"
Well, I don't know. Other stuff. I remember, like, right before I was like knocked out. I was getting like some sort of test, and let me tell you, like, when I felt myself knocked out, I was like the best trip of my life because I could feel myself falling unconscious. So it was like kind of like being in like the astral plane for like 3.5 seconds.
Good lord. All right. So, speaking of, in my opinion, something that made me feel like I had gone into the astral plane, we need to stop being pansies. I'm going to preface that for this next story. The Rush Hour trilogy now comes with content warnings.
For
I guess for comedy that hasn't aged well, like here's my thing. Like, it's one thing when it's like Looney Tunes, where it's stuff that's like, yikes.
We all love our 90s buddy comedies, but this movie was created in a different time. FYI, certain depictions, language, humor may seem outdated and at times offensive.
Yeah, like no shit.
That's the point. They're putting this shit on Rush Hour. I'm not saying Rush Hour isn't a good movie. I love the Rush Hour trilogy. But we're going and putting this shit on movies like Rush Hour and not the top 10 tentpole biggest movies of all time that have this same shit. It's a movie! Understand it has stuff in it! It's human reactions! And I'm gonna be sorry to tell you, I'm gonna put you a peek behind the curtain. Stuff that's said in Rush Hour still gets said today. That's just me.
well,
And I can, be okay with that.
if they're gonna do this to Rush Hour, do this to every single comedy ever made. Then
Yeah. They don't put warnings in front of Airplane. You guys know what rating Airplane... This is one of my favorite things to bring up. You guys know what the rating of Airplane is?
PG.
PG.
Yeah.
Do you know what gets flashed in front of the screen for roughly 5 seconds in the middle of that film for literally no reason? A giant set of tits!
Yep.
It's PG! Do you see any of this? Do you see the rating getting changed for TV? No! But this got the comedy that aged bad. What? Like, we're not putting this in front of movies like Reservoir Dogs or Pulp Fiction or anything.
Why Rush Hour?
What are we doing? I can't with...
If you're gonna do this kind of thing, then do it for every single movie ever made.
Yeah,
That's
it should
all.
be. And I
That's
want
all I'm
every one
saying.
of them to be
Be
individually
fair
made
about
like
it.
that.
Why are you singling out Rush Hour? Honestly,
Yeah, but that was a different thing at the times, and the boy looked cool in that scene, Jacob, so we can't change that or talk about that.
But like, and the other thing too that I don't feel like is getting talked about for like, okay, stuff that hasn't aged well. Why is it the one starring the black and Chinese actor? Like, why
Yeah.
are they being singled
Yeah.
out?
yeah.
Because it's of its time and it's offensive.
It was like 30 years ago. Like, there's a difference between Rush Hour and Birth of a Nation. Like, Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I think they're about the same quality of film. If you really want to sit at the accolades, they're about the same. I mean, apologize to my nuts. That's a pretty epic line. Like, if we're gonna sit here and talk about things, do you speak any English? Like, how they not get an Oscar for that level of writing? Like, did you remember the ballad of Fantasy by Mariah Carey that gets sang in the middle of there? Oscar worthy. What's wrong, officer? Nothing, just Rush Hour. How do you not get screened anyway? All right,
On to better news.
On to better news.
Amazing.
We are getting Cyberpunk Season 2! And they've got some sick-ass artwork for it. I did have to laugh, though, because here's the artwork for it.
Mm-hmm.
Looks sick. Super sick. Couldn't be more happier
Does.
for it. That you actually get to see the crew, and it looks like there's genuinely, like, a tiny little kid that's involved. So that's going to be weird. But I love how, when it got announced, it was, when the world is blinded by spectacle, what extremes do you have to go to make your story matter? It's going to be in a standalone episode. It's in a world of cyberpunk and a raw new chronicle, blah, blah, blah. But I just love how that was posted, and then a comment by the writer of the last one. It's like, don't get too excited. David's still dead.
No.
I just love how we had to put that out there because there's going to be 2 people that go, but maybe David. No, there's a whole game that happens. David's dead.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to say that. Kiona, you want to take a crack at saying his name? Because I don't think I've ever said it right.
Hold on. Are you talking about the poster artwork? Person?
No, the writer at the bottom there.
Oh,
This gentleman.
Geez, I don't know, honestly.
I think it's pronounced.
Bartosz?
It's Bartosz Sidespor?
Bartosz Sidespor, writer and producer of Cyberpunk Edge Runners. I'm from Poland. People in Poland are sad. They are born sad. They die sad. So I just wanted to make the whole world sad.
God, that is so Polish. Like, I know that's
Oh
a
my
stereotype, but I mean,
And then he goes down, when people are sad,
Okay.
I'm a bit happy. What is wrong with you? Oh, good lord. All right.
Oh my god.
So on to something that fucking blew my socks clean off. Has anyone else in here seen Gate?
No.
Can't say I have.
no.
It's a really good anime that kind of gets swept under the rug. It's so shocker. A gate opens in Japan, just right in the middle of, I want to say it's Akihabara, but it just opens right up in the middle, and then fucking dragons, horses, and the whole shit come flying through this thing. And then the Japanese military just takes it all down, kills it, does what all that pretty handily because they don't know what they were heading into and they didn't know how to deal with tanks. And then they go into this thing and they have like a quarantine for it. And like they learned that this gate just shows up on different civilizations on different ends of the universe and just opens for a while. People go in and they don't know when it closes. And then like that just populates this world. The Japanese government goes in and gets in conflicts with some of the more medieval people there, like some things with dragons and such. It's really good. It has one of the most best feeling one-sided ass whoopings in an anime ever. There's like 6 episodes in. These people that, like, the Japanese government is horrendously overpowered over there, like with tanks and all that, and they actually have a military base set up at the gate to where they're trying so hard to not overstep bounds and be like dictators and like just take over land. They're trying to be very peaceful. And then the people they're trying to make these peace deals with start going behind them and like taking people hostage and taking advantage of like foreign property lines while the head of the army that makes all the decisions is away in the main character. And it's basically just a timer to see when that character gets back to start the unholy ass whooping that these people deserve. And it's done so well. Oh, it's so good. But yeah. I'm excited about it. 10 years since the last one ended. didn't expect to see that whatsoever, because it just kind of ends with them in Japan hanging out with the harem that he has, basically. But it's all women in his crew. It's really good cast. But anyway, who was the one that put this anime one in here?
I think it was me, and then Mike probably caught my back because I kind of forgot to put it in.
Okay, Mike, do
Yeah.
you want to kind of talk about this?
Yeah, let me pull it up first, because there's some numbers in there that I found.
Yes.
Some very spicy numbers.
Yes.
The
Okay,
sexiest
so-
numbers, even.
Netflix dominates as the go-to platform for anime content globally, with 48% of viewers subscribing for such programming, followed by Disney Plus at 32% and Prime Video at 29%, according to a new study from Dentsu, surveying 8,600 consumers across 10 countries. The study found that 30% of global consumers watch anime at least once a week, including 1 in 3 US consumers. Regional competition varies significantly, with Netflix leading in the US at 63% of anime viewers, followed by Hulu at 46% and Disney Plus at 46%. In APAC markets, Netflix holds 36% market share, while YouTube TV captures 26% and China's IQIYI takes 25%. Anime is becoming a key consideration for consumers as they evaluate their roster of streaming subscriptions, the study states. The research notes that the franchises that are featured on them garner mainstream appeal much faster than in the past. So, in other words,
The kids that grew up in the 90s are old enough to own their own TVs!
yeah, pretty much.
But I mean, not only that, but like Zoomers, and I kind of went this. I talked a little bit on like my Blue Sky, but I'm like, and this is the thing that absolutely like kills me for like Western animations studio execs. Well, let me specify that American studio execs. Like, you do realize that both Zoomers and Millennials are like in that prime 18 to 35 demographic, the one that you want to like sell and advertise shit to.
Mm-hmm.
And you have something like anime, which has a variety of shows. It's not just like all the same like edgy, blah 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 blah, yes, comedy, blah 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 blah. Yeah, so people obviously are already, watching and paying for these services. Why are you not making shows like that? Does that appeal to the mass? And it's not just like, oh, we have to make shows for either babies or, we have to do our edgy adult comedy, and maybe we'll throw in like an Invincible just to kind of be spicy every once in a while.
I mean, this isn't anime, but take a look at the numbers for K-pop Demon Hunter. Like,
I'm going to be watching that finally this week, and I'm so fucking excited.
Oh, you are not ready for
Nothing
it.
but good things.
It is goated.
but my point is, it's been it'll be 3 weeks come Friday, and that movie's still constantly going to number 1 on Netflix.
Supposedly, so far, 35 million people have watched it.
And not just that, the songs on the soundtrack are like,
Yeah, they're topping Billboard.
Breaking records.
yeah.
Legit. I mean, we haven't seen anything like that in terms of animation since like Encanto, so it's kind of like been a minute. But that's the whole thing. Like, all these like CEOs or whatever are like the analytics. I'm like, why are you ignoring the analytics now? Like, I don't understand. Like, you were being stupid. Like, the numbers are literally saying, hey, adults watch animation too, and they have money to spend.
That is dumb, but this also reminds me of a point that I had to make sure that I brought up. Hey, man, K-pop Demon Hunters reminds me of just how fucking stupid Riot Games are.
Yep.
You had this mega global icon that you had 3D versions of holographically singing at the League of Legends Open and selling millions upon millions of copies, and then went, what if we just, didn't pay them? they'd still do all that for us, right? And sing the songs that we do, and we wouldn't just, kill off KDA for no reason when it's the most successful thing we have going outside of Arcane. That's not just exactly League of Legends. No, they won't do that. Oh, and then I'm not saying K-pop Demon Hunters isn't original, but when you don't see just a little bit of KDA influence in there, just a little bit, you could have had a series about them being pop stars and doing shit already. I am happy it's there from the 50 seconds of collective clips I've seen of Mira already. She might be one of my favorite animated characters of all time, but just, oh, they're so dumb. Oh, they're so dumb. Beat Old Guard 2 on Netflix. Dear Lord. That doesn't shock me. That doesn't shock me. All right. So, we got a statement that is going to shock no one, but I'm glad John Cena at least came out and said it because he's saying something everyone else has said. John Cena names Batista when asked for the GOAT wrestler turned actor. He didn't say Hulk Hogan, you sit there shocked and asked. No, he did not. I'm going to give respect where respect is earned. Dave Batista. Dude has range and has now transformed his whole body. The stuff he's about to do, look out for Dave Batista. The stuff he's already done is incredible, but as far as wrestler turned actor, the dude's got range. Dave has got massive range. Like, John Cena, other open said, like, he's like, I make, like, bad fart jokes and shit. Like, Dave can actually act. Never mentioned Dwayne Johnson once.
By the way, do you want to find a picture of what Dave Batista looks like now?
Oh, boy, I suppose I can, Dave Batista.
Just to support Cena's point that the dude has literally transformed himself.
Oh, yeah, he looks if that freaking image will come in better.
Hey, Ghost Sprinkle.
Hey,
Hi,
Ghost Pringle.
Hello, Ghost. We are going to show you what I wish I could look a third as good as. Just gonna... And the guy's leaned down so much.
Oh, yeah, he has.
But he's still jacked. Remember when people were saying, well, Dave got skinny? You wish you could look 1,000th as good as Dave Batista.
I mean, that's what happens, if NFL players, stop playing. I mean, yeah, they lean down because you don't have to eat as many calories.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be built like a fucking tank. All right. So, who here all watched The Last of Us Season 2?
Me.
I did.
I watch bits. I'm so bad on TV, but I saw a decent amount.
All right. So, Neil Druckmann and co-writer Haley Gross have left the show.
Yep.
And they have made statements on such as, let me get to them. There we go. Alrighty, let's get that up on the old board here. Yep, we're gonna show this up here.
Yeah, but I was so shocked that happened. 'Cause I was like, what? Really?
Well, the given, gosh dang it, I do it every time. All right, the given reasons. With great care and consideration, I've decided to take a step back from my day-to-day work on HBO's The Last of Us to make space for what comes next. Yep. I am appreciative of how special the experience has been working alongside Neil, Craig, HBO, and a remarkable crew that has been life-changing. These stories we told, love and loss, and what it means to be human. It's a terrifying world, exactly why I love the franchise. I have some truly rad projects ahead, and I can't wait to share, but for now, I want to express my gratitude to everyone who brought Ellie and Joel's world to life. Oh, let's go back. There we go. To our Naughty Dog community, I want to let you know I deliver the following message to our team this morning. I have made a difficult decision to step away from my creative involvement on The Last of Us on HBO. With work completed on Season 2, right before any meaningful work starts on Season 3, now is the right time for me to transition my complete focus into Naughty Dog and its future projects, including writing and directing our exciting next game, Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet, along with my responsibilities as a studio head and head of creative. Co-creating the show has been a career highlight. It's been an honor to work alongside Craig Mazin to executive produce and direct and write the last 2 seasons. I am deeply thankful and thoughtful for the approach and the dedication of the talented cast and crew took to adapting The Last of Us Part 1 and continue to adapt The Last of Us Part 2. So I am waiting to see how this is going to go, because the lines that everyone hated from the show were not written by Neil.
Oh, the irony.
So
He also wasn't the one who said that the zombies are the heroes of their own story.
Yep. He also wasn't the one that said Abby is unlike Ellie, as in she's competent. Pringle,
Yeah,
I'm talking
this is
about
gonna go good.
Yeah, Pringle, I'm talking about the line that everyone hates. Here, I'm gonna also bring this out.
Yeah.
I replayed through The Last of Us Part 2 recently, so I could like talk about it with the show on the releases and such. So, you know the "I'm going to be a dad" line that everyone thought was stupid, out of character, and Dina and Ellie would not say that to each other in that moment. So in the game, when Dina looks at Ellie and says, "I'm pregnant," and Ellie doesn't respond, do you know what Dina says to her? "Don't worry, it's not yours." Is that not basically the same fucking line? But, you know, Bella Ramsey
Essentially.
didn't say it, so we shouldn't, you know, want to kill Dina, because Bella Ramsey said the dumb line, so it's dumb.
It was, if anything, for me, just a little, like, on the nose, kind of.
I get that, but if it's coming from Ellie, the one who's known for making dumb dad jokes,
Yeah, she literally made a dad joke.
that's where everyone's like, that joke was so fucking stupid. She has a pun book that she keeps on her on a regular basis.
Yeah. I could see her saying it.
That's what exactly. You could not like the line, but don't be mad at the character that would say that line.
No.
Exactly.
But I can't wait for everyone to be like, "Neil, that douchebag that ruined The Last of Us. I can't wait for the show to be better." And he's not in it anymore, and then they hate it more. I can't wait.
Well, I mean, it's going to be, they already have an uphill battle considering season 3 is going to be about, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. I can't wait for everyone to say that they love it just because Bella's not in it. That's what's going to happen.
the irony.
Oh, Lord.
Meanwhile, yeah, I'm sure Laura Bailey's sitting somewhere going like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And like, all these people signed off on all these roles, all that they loved, all these people that picked up for all this, and I can't wait for them to not care about dumb boyfriend and pregnant other woman.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And I tell you right now, people were upset that the gays were in this season. Wait till they see the character that's introduced in the next season. There's a little character named Lev that I cannot wait to see the world explode about, because it's one of them.
Yeah.
God. You know what? Honestly, I feel like Last of Us fans literally do have mold in their brains now, because that's literally the only explanation.
I would
it has
agree.
to be.
No, it's one of those things where, and I've said it plenty of times, it is okay to like a character if you don't want to fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
Just gonna throw that out there. That's all I'm saying. Get some therapy. Okay, so moving on from that. So I'm going to preface this next announcement with the tweet that was above it. The quote tweet was saying that
Mahershala.
Mahershala Ali should be allowed to hunt Kevin Feige for sport, was what this was quote tweeted with. The costumes worn by the extras and Sinners were originally made for the Blade film. Marvel Studios sold all the costumes to the production team behind Sinners. Blade was originally going to take place in the past. Marvel sold all the costumes to the Sinners production team.
So, actually, I have some other context. the costume designer for Blade has previously worked with Ryan Coogler in Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess whatever version of Blade that's no longer happening happens to like also be set in the 1930s. And since
Yep.
Ryan obviously has a good working relationship with Marvel, saying like, "Hey, instead of trashing these, can we just buy them?" And Marvel was like, "Okay, sure." So I'm like, good, for like saving like some beautiful costumes, but oh god, is that still like a bad look for Marvel?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So, yeah.
Also, just as an aside, on one of the Jurassic World press junkets, someone asked Scarlett Johansson like how many Marvel projects have you been in? And then they asked the same question to Mahershala Ali, and he's like,
Oh
leave,
no.
leave me out of this. That's a Scarlett question.
I mean,
He's been in
technically-
one.
yeah, he was Aaron, right?
No. Everyone, this is a pop quiz. What movie has Blade appeared in the MCU so far? Because he's been in one.
Eternals.
He says 3 words to
Yep.
Kit Harington's character. I had to fucking Google who that was in that scene.
Yep.
Right, but I'm just saying other Marvel projects because he was the voice of like Uncle Aaron in Spider-Verse. I'm pretty sure.
Yep, that was him.
Oh, could
That
be.
wasn't. Yeah.
But yeah, it's unreal. It's unreal. But so I don't know how much truth there is to this, but we were gonna put in here and talk about it because I think it's, Spider-Man will reportedly team up with the Punisher to take down Savage Hulk in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Well, those Hulks sure get around.
What is the
I
Punisher gonna do?
I need like actual concrete something with this movie because I keep hearing new wild rumors every single day.
Remember when it was in a multiple universes and then it was street level and then it was going to take in the bottom of the ocean and then we're going to see it in the Chrysler Center and like what are they going to do with the Punisher and Spider-Man versus Savage Hulk? And how does he become Savage Hulk? Does he pay
And
his taxes
honestly-
on time? What are we talking about?
I'm a little less interested in that aspect of it than I would be in the whole, with Punisher coming in and kind of hunting Spider-Man or trying to take him
Yeah.
out because he thinks that he's a villain.
Yes,
or
you have the
whatever.
perfect opportunity to literally do the Punisher's origin
That's what they did in the
comic.
comics.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that seems like it's kind of.
Yeah. Which speaking of the last time we brought up Punisher, I forgot to mention this. I saw like the big Marvel exhibition like a couple of years ago, and they had some like original like Punisher like comic layouts, and they were like amazing.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. So, I don't know if I've shared this on this podcast before, but one of my favorite Punisher stories ever. This guy was it was in a comic arc called The Slavers. And it was like a Slavic or Yugoslavic like war veteran and all this other stuff, and they needed to Frank needed to get information out of this guy, but he wasn't sure how. So he finds the guy and he drugs him. He then takes him out in the woods. He cuts the guy's chest open, stops all the bleeding, loops the guy's intestines around a tree, and sits back and waits, and then waits for the guy to wake up, and what he does, he just leans forward and goes, "So let's talk."
Good lord.
What the?
It's unbelievable. It's oh god. What was the other one? The Punisher is in a bar eating food, and this guy who's nuts and is been used by gangs and stuff, and he's just insane. Had all sorts of stuff that drove him nuts. And this people are like, you need to go get the Punisher, basically daring this guy to go get him. So then on national news, they show a clip of this guy urinating on the gravestones of the Punisher's family. And this guy in the quote next to it pretty much says, "Oh man, I don't know what's going on, but I'd be pissed if I was that guy." And it just cuts to the Punisher mid cutting up a burger, just staring at the screen with the most pissed off look on his face on the planet. Garth Ennis's run of the Punisher.
Of course it was Garth
It's
Ennis.
some good shit. But all right, anyways, back to this. Dan Trachtenberg explains why a Weyland-Yutani android is the co-lead in Predator Badlands. I always wanted no humans in this movie, so I thought, what might be a fun way to have the Predator with a robot? And then I thought, I knew a company that makes robots.
I love this guy so much.
That is pretty cool. I like the actual idea of having a Punisher movie, or a Predator movie, with literally no humans whatsoever.
Yeah, I
That's
like
pretty
that.
cool. That is pretty cool. So, I say this as a joke because I saw it on Twitter and it made me laugh. I don't hate this movie, but this is what the quote was. Ant-Man Quantumania was so bad that Michael Douglas and Evangeline Lilly have retired from acting.
Yeah, as someone who kind of still likes the movie, I haven't seen it since theaters. That is just hilarious.
But yeah, Michael Douglas, who's 80,
That's insane.
is like he's not getting as many roles anymore, so he's just stepping away from acting. Enjoy your life, my guy. I think you're gonna be okay. And then Evangeline Lilly also said that she's like stepping away from acting. So, which again, enjoy your life. You've earned it. I mean, the roles you've been in, you're gonna be okay.
I do not blame them if they were, if that happened because of Quantumania, because that movie
like,
sucked.
They quit
I
How
know.
many years ago did that movie come out?
Yeah, that movie.
That was
years ago.
2023.
Oh, jeez. I feel like it was longer ago. All right.
I feel like it was way before that. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like that was like somehow
I still haven't.
2020.
I still haven't seen it, but it's like it just seems like such a fever dream that movie even exists.
The MODOK thing. Oh. God.
Not even that. Like, who like what kind of drugs were they on that they thought like, oh yeah, Ant-Man's gonna make like $1 billion and screened it for like $300 million.
Well, to be fair, they were basically making $1 billion a movie for a while, no matter who the fuck it was.
Yeah.
So
That's not even it's true because the Guardians movies all were like around 700, like 800 million.
yes, if it's 200 short, I still count it as damn near $1 billion. That's what I mean. If you're coming short of $1 billion with how much every movie, you kind of just make them to make them at that point. And when you get it on the home releases and everything else, you make it whatever. They're basically we're cracking $1 billion a movie for a while. But anyway, all right. So a shockingly low amount of people have talked about this. Michael Madsen passed away.
I know. Yeah. So.
It was, and he's only 67. That's
No.
no
That's-
age.
Yeah,
that's
that's-
passing away.
That's way
Yeah.
too young.
I was just gonna say, like, if you guys had any favorite movies you wanted to mention, I saw a thing where Tarantino it was an old interview with Tarantino's, and they were talking about Madsen and the thing when he was going to be doing the dance when he was cutting off the ears was stuck in the middle with you. Like it said that he dances. I can't remember the descriptor of how he says like blank character dances in blank a blank way, and he's like, I have no idea how to do this. Like, and they were gonna deposit the music afterwards, and he's like, just do whatever. He's like, I don't dance, Quentin. Like this is not gonna work. I'm telling you, I have no idea what to do in this scene. And then they got talking more, and they were like, well, what song are you gonna play? And he's like, it's gonna be stuck in the middle with you. I'm blanking on the band's name now. But he's like, well, could we hear it? He's like, you mean hear? He's like, can we play it in the actual scene? And I just go off of that. That's why the actual jukebox is in the scene, because they played it off of that and just imposed it over where Michael was dancing with it in there, so he could hear the music in the scene. And he came up with it on the spot on the take when they did it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's like, I had no idea what I was gonna do, and then that just came out of me.
Amazing.
But he was also
Pringle brought up another one. Julian McMahon.
Julian.
Yeah,
Oh,
Julian
yeah, that's
McMahon
right.
also.
Julian McMahon. I forgot about that. Yeah, that sucks. And it was at Nip Tuck, right?
Yep.
Nip Tuck. Yep.
Yeah, that was really good.
Also, Doctor Doom
Yes, he was also
for
Dr.
2
Doom.
movies.
He was also in a movie that came out earlier this year with Nicolas Cage called The Surfer. He plays like one of the villains, and he is awesome.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Did you guys remember? Speaking of Michael Madsen, did you guys remember that he was also on 24?
I don't remember that, but that also
Man,
seems
it's
like
been
a
forever
role
since
that
I've watched 24. That
He
seemed
was
like that matches him, though.
he was actually on that, and it was like the very last season of the originally the last season before they did the whole London thing. Like right after Jack Bauer loses, like I think her name was Renee, was like the FBI agent that he kind of fell in love with. And like she gets killed and he goes on a revenge quest kind of a thing, and the guy that helps him out, the last guy who helps him out really with like guns and and all that kind of stuff and intel and stuff like that is Michael Madsen.
Nice. Let's not forget
also-
Tommy Vercetti.
Also, I love him in Sin City.
Ooh.
I love his scenes with Bruce Willis. Damn it, Hardigan, I
forgot
won't
about
let you.
that.
I won't let you. You're pushing 60 and you got a bum ticker. The way he says that line is my favorite line delivery in the entire movie. It's so funny. Pushing 60 and you got a bum ticker.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm trying to remember who was
Fantastic.
it. Yeah, Tony Cipriani. That's who it was in Grand Theft Auto 3. That was really good. He also voiced someone in Dishonor, but I can't. Was it
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Dowd? It could be. Oh man, I
yeah,
forgot
it
he was.
is Dowd.
I forgot he was in Hateful Eight.
Oh, my God.
That is the
That's right.
single most uncomfortable experience I have had in a theater. Me and my buddy Morgan were in the front row. Somehow, every other person in this theater were 70 to 80 and up women.
Oh.
Don't know how. So when me and Morgan are shrinking into our seats, when Samuel L. Jackson, in only the way that Samuel L. Jackson can, is describing the way that war general's son sucked him off as he's walking naked toward the snow at you, we are shrinking into our seats as we're hearing comments from these old women we did not need to hear. It was just... oh, it was not good. Oh, it was... oh my gosh, it was something. That was a experience. I'm just going to put it that way. Yeah. I was going to do a social media was a mistake, but I'm not going to anymore because it's going to piss me off to a degree of what I can't. It was
Fair.
something I made a rant about on my own personal Facebook, and it was just the worst version of it, and possibly one of the worst political people I've ever seen on the internet that even his own side of the political race can't fucking stand him. But we're not going to do that because I try my best
Oh,
to not
Lord.
have politics in this podcast. But okay, so
Fair enough.
we are now on to a part where we are going to discuss a little thing. Why is my life this way? Oh my goodness. Okay. So, as we for those that were watching the podcast last week, I was trying my damnedest to describe a thing without saying the thing. That
Yeah.
thing was our Hear Me Outs. Now, I wanted to take it for a special occasion, make sure I had a certain 10, make sure I had that, and then I thought, you know what? The next week was going to be our 50th edition of this podcast, so I figured that we should do some. Now, I did not ask this beforehand. Do we want to kind of round robin, take turns doing these?
Yeah, I kind of
let's do
feel like
that.
that's how it works.
Especially,
Okay.
especially if there's any crossover, because
Yeah.
I know we're all around the same age,
Okay.
give or take a few years.
Yes.
All right.
All right, Bree, you can
I-
do one first.
I was gonna say, please let me
You can do one
start.
first.
Oh, I actually just have to load this image up because this is like the one. Because we're gonna start this out with a bang. Okay, so hear me out. Carrie from Penguin's
Okay.
Playhouse.
Wow.
All right. Now this is the part where we hear you out and you explain yourself.
Okay,
What do them teeth do?
all right. So actually, this is two parts. So
I bet it is.
Okay, here's the wholesome. All right, well, here's actually the wholesome reason. Okay, so like, let's see, Cherry, she's a chair, right? She's comforting. Like, she'll like listen to you. She'll keep you warm and snuggly. You know, just nice cuddle time. And then part two, I feel like with how chairs and couches work, you can kind of let's say use your imagination.
Okay.
Brock, he knew that I was going to do something out of pocket. You know me. Like, this was a setup. Like, you just, like, gave me, like, a lit cigarette with gasoline. Like, you should have expected this.
All right. Anyway, so I guess I can do one next. And I was going to do my joke one right away, but I'm not. I'm going to do one that actually came up that I kind of forgot that I had. So this is a person who, you know, they love to I think she said it, Pringle, isn't it, from Pee-wee's Playhouse?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that's what I thought. This is a person who is known for being a close personal friend, always watches your back. You know, they're not always there. Not everyone can see them, but they're there for you. And, you know, if you ever got hurt or anything, they could care for you. They can spy on people if you need. I'm just saying that there is a character that's not how I want it. Okay, so I'm going to have to get this to where, hold on, this is not going as smoothly as I wanted to do. We're going to go back on that. This character has shown to be just the best person to need for certain points for when you need them. And it's the wrong image profile. Gosh dang it. I'm going to do a different one. Scratch on that. I'm going to do one that's going to make Mike happy. Ignore all that. Going back, this is a sometimes caring mother who, you know, is dedicated to her work and might be slightly evil, but I feel that, you know, other aspects of them make up for it.
I figured you were going in that direction.
I'm just saying, she might be an unholy, evil bitch. She might not care whatsoever for her daughters or her children, but my God, Dana Terrace knows how to draw a figure on a woman. And
Also, she's voiced by Rachel McFarland.
Yeah, so I'm just saying I can ignore some things and then put up with others. That's all I'm saying. All right, that's one of mine that I need to now save my other pictures into applicable profile types because it wasn't working the way I wanted it. So you guys go ahead and bring up one of yours.
Was it the WEP thing? Because, yeah, that's why it took me so long before stream. Because I'm like, shit, I gotta convert them all to JPEG.
Yeah, that is what happened. But one of you guys go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Kiona.
Do you have one, Mike? I don't know if Kiona's ready.
Let me see.
I'm just making sure everything is JPEG.
My joke one wasn't a JPEG. I have to make sure I have that one ready. Because that's the hard. That is the most easy. I think it might be an easy hear me out, but I don't know. If you gotta wait on one, I guess one of us can bring out another one while we're in the process of waiting here. You got one, Mike?
Bree, why don't you go next? I just need to find a good picture.
Okay, all right. So here's one that's going to be a little more normal. Bumblebee. And the good one. Let me just specify, from, the movie Bumblebee, aka The Shape of Bumblebee. I mean, guys, like, come on. Like, how can you not just fall in love with this angelic face? I mean, look, I know I'm not Haley Steinfeld, but you know what? I feel like we can make the long distance relationship work. And, he'll always stay by my side and fight for me. So. And also, he can, drive me every place, and I don't have to pay for Uber or Lyft or whatever.
It would work. And, there was some other comment I had ready for that, but now I'm freaking blanking on it. Yeah. All right. I have the one ready that I was going to do before, or at least it should work now. All right. We're also going to have to get rid of these as we do them. We're going to have 9,000 photos showing up at the bottom here. All righty. Is it still? What the fuck? It's still not working. All right. Anyway, so we're just going to have to do it this way. We're going to have to bring them up here, and then I'm going to have to show it that way. So we need to bring you over. Stop it. We're going to bring you over here. Thank you so much. All right. As I was mentioning, they've got your back. They care about you. They will look into other people's secrets for you. And they're always around when you need them. And I'm pretty sure they would be one of the kinkiest people that I think you could ever run in with if they didn't hate you. So I'm just going to point that out there. As long as your name isn't Light, I think.
Well, hell yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, Rem, definitely. Like, she can get it. Like, absolutely. Like, she is, like, such mommy energy. Like, totally agree.
That was one where I was looking through stuff, and then I went across on Google, like, yep, that's one of them. That is 1,000% one of them. Oh, yeah, that will work. If you don't exactly have it in the JPEG format, you still can do the screen sharing if we do need to show them that way. That can work. Mike or Kiona, do you have one ready?
Okay. I think I got mine all set. Hold on. Let me just do a
Alrighty.
final check here.
Sounds good.
I just realized, like, you guys are, like, doing normal, and I was, like, trying to be normal, but I realized, like, wow, mine are still going to be, like, super fucked up.
So, Brock, how do you want me to do it? Do you want me to send it to you basically as I'm talking about it, or?
Can you see the present thing at the bottom there?
Yeah.
Hit present and then do image file. And then if you click on it through that way, it should be able to work. If that doesn't work, you can send it to me and I can show it.
Yeah, it should just pop up as soon as you upload it.
All right.
As soon as you pick it, it will pop up.
Okay, so present image file. Okay, I see it now. All right, I see what we're doing. Okay, so how should I put this? How should I put what I'm going to say? So, there is a certain type for me that is it's something that I'm into, let's say. It's something that tickles the old fancy, so to speak, to use one of One of the, yeah. Basically what we're talking about here is strong, dominant women. That's basically what we're talking about. So, there once was an old show that I used to watch as a kid that was called Cops. Now, it was an acronym. I can't tell you what it stood for because it's so damn old. It's an 80s cartoon.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I think it was like Covert Operations Police Squad, something like that.
Yeah.
It was something to that effect.
That sounds
There
oddly
was a
familiar.
character there that was called Miss Demeanor. Her literal name is Miss Demeanor. And she was a bit of an awakening for young Neo because young Neo did not know that he was into Dommy muscle mommies at the time. But let me tell you, there was an episode where Miss Demeanor gets jacked because she's in prison, and they basically have to, because that's what you do when you're in prison, right? So they basically have to somehow she teams up with the good guys as opposed to being evil the entire time.
Okay.
Because she wanted to, I think the bad guy's name was something like Big Boss or something like that. It was something really lame. And basically she was forced to kind of team up with the good guys because she didn't like how she was being treated.
Yep.
So Misdemeanor, that was her name, and she was a muscle mommy, and this is literally the best picture that I could find of her
Is this
being
the
a
one
muscle
that you were
mommy.
struggling with to find?
Yes. Breaking herself out of this, like, I think it's like a sewer grate in a way. It was a very weird thing that they were doing on the show. But anyway, she broke herself out, and let me see if it'll share. I don't know if it will.
Yeah, I
There
got
we
it.
go.
I got
Oh, boy.
you.
There we go.
Damn.
So
I
she
can
is.
see it.
She
I'm
literally
good.
bends those bars open for herself. So
I like
like,
it.
she
I
is
love
a,
how 80s this looks. You know,
it's
we
so
have,
80s,
fucking,
right?
like,
It's so freaking 80s. My God.
we have like freaking jazzercise outfits and like
I know.
everyone's bulked up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. She was bulking at that time. Let me tell you. But that is Misdemeanor. That is my first hear me out because yeah, she was an awakening for me. Let me tell you, I was just like very impressed.
Ooh.
There you go.
Kind of was like that could damage me and I would like it.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah. That was the first time that I ever felt that way, and I was like, yeah.
All right. You got one ready, Mike?
I don't have a picture, but if I send the name in the chat, you'll be able to find it pretty easily.
All right. Send it in the private chat. As we're doing this, I guess I can bring up one of my own, and I'll bring up my joke one. So,
Nice.
I'm a guy, multifaceted, and I like, oh boy,
Oh wow.
that's all right. So, anyway, I'm a guy who's multifaceted,
I got you, Mike.
Yeah.
likes to be stuffed, likes to feel
Yeah.
full, and I like to get myself a good meal of a partner that I'd like to hit on the, times that I'm going there. I'm just,
There you go. A meal of a partner. I see what you did there.
I was like, there's rarely when I felt like I want to have sex with food that I was eating. Like,
Now I have one important
There
question:
you go.
regular or Cajun?
regular. Cajun don't do well with me. If I could
I
do
gotta go with the
more,
Cajun.
I would. Yeah, well, I normally get my Cajun when I'm dealing with Gambit. But anyways, yeah, it's.
Gambit and his
I knew
Indian-
exactly who you were talking about.
Mhm.
Give me
I
one.
have,
Mhm.
yeah, I got it. Brock, I
You
got it.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what's bad?
Alright.
I think I actually have a Five Guys by me now, and I haven't done it because I'm like bad and I just don't do shit.
It's so good. But Mike,
Okay.
explain.
Uh,
Alright.
oh gee, I I'll admit I didn't get this far with
Yes,
the assignment,
yes.
but
Yes.
I mean, look, she was the brain. She was the brains of the operation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just saying, what that length do though? Like a current, like this section here where this leads in here.
Sure.
I'm saying she's probably going to understand the assignment if need be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good one. That is one I did not think of, but that is a good one. Bree, go ahead.
Well, since we're on the subject of monsters, and I have it already lit up here, Delia from Monsters Inc.
I like
I mean,
it.
Like
Jennifer Tilly, like Nuff said.
That's
Yeah.
right. She's voiced by Jennifer
Oh,
Tilly.
yeah.
I forgot about that too.
And she seems attentive, and I'm just looking at it. I'm like, wow, like that CGI has not aged that great. Like, holy crap! I'm just now that I'm looking at it up close, like, wow, that is some late '90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's yeah, it is. But hey, man, if you're looking to have a good time, she looks like she could have a good time.
Oh yeah, no, she's definitely a freak. Like that movie's rated G, but she
She's
is
not.
most definitely a freak. Yeah, no, she is not wholesome. Mike might be, but her, no way,
All right. So speaking of not wholesome, or wait, no, I've shown a couple. Keone, do you have another one ready?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
I could do
I've
another.
shown a couple already.
Okay. I got a good one. Okay. Let's do this. All right. So this is a person, a character, who you might say she specializes in the pursuit
Oh boy.
of someone that she loves. She's from a very popular video game, and if you're lucky enough, you'll hear her lovely voice sing to you right before she kills you and puts you on a meat hook.
Okay.
Yes, this you can go ahead and this is Huntress from Dead by Daylight.
Hell yeah, DVD.
Yep.
Damn right.
All right.
Yep. Muscle
Heck yeah.
mommy, once again, muscle mommy. I have never been happier than when I am hooked by this lovely, lovely individual who sings to me. Like I said, you know, she has a very lovely voice. And also, she just one arm carries me. Like I said, Dommy Mommies definitely have my vote. So, yeah,
Okay.
Huntress from DBD, definitely. Well deserved to be on this list. Not really a hear me out, because if you ask me, she's perfection.
I'm going to. So, you know, when they tell you that your taste in women for unhinged women that'll ruin your life
Yeah.
happened when you chose Blackfire over Starfire?
Yes.
Yeah.
Blackfire was definitely cooler.
Mine happened with a different woman that was in an animated show that I watched when I was growing up.
Okay, yeah.
Like, then the hear me out is because she's an absolute psychopath that has a lot of augmentations. It would likely kill you after the whole thing was said and done.
Augmentations.
I'm
yeah.
just saying the one time would be worth it.
Absolutely.
All I'm saying.
Absolutely.
You know what? This actually, I mean, yeah, I totally get it. But I actually have one that perfectly, like, segues.
Mm-hmm.
Shall I?
Go
Go
for it.
ahead. If it's the one, it's another one on my list from the same exact show.
Well, it's actually relevant, you know, because we, like, you know, obviously bad for you, but hear me out. I can fix him.
I don't think
Aw.
Look, he's a little worn. He's got some mommy issues. But you know what? I feel like I could fix them. We could have, a nice little, like, seaside
I don't
cottage.
disagree. I don't disagree.
I'm just gonna ask, what kind of what I want to say? What kind of preparations are we doing before the friction happens?
Well, there's other ways you can please a woman. So, you know, he could get a little creative with the force.
Okay,
He
so
has options.
all pleasure on your side is what he's saying.
I mean, it is the dark side of the force.
Indeed.
He's gonna force something.
It also, might be, a little, if you're into something kinky, I mean, he does like choking people out. So, I mean,
He does indeed. Yeah.
It's not, I mean, it's more of an acquired taste, I know, but hey, there's options here.
There is. Mike, do you have another one? Oh, no, you had more? Go
I was
ahead.
going to say, how many more do you need? Because I got 3 more.
I've got a couple, so
Okay.
I could go for a bit. You got any more? Mike?
Yeah.
I did drop one in the chat.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I got like 6 more. Like,
Holy
Nice.
dear,
Nice.
what are we-
All right.
What's
I can add a
up,
couple then.
Doc?
I know what it is.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
you okay? If you want to get that hammered in there, go ahead, Mike. If you want to preface this,
Where do I even begin? So before I saw Space Jam, we all know where that conversation goes, but
does it?
Uh-huh. Mhm.
so one of my earliest exposures to classical music, opera, and all that was in the Looney Tunes.
All right, just are you ready to let me rip it? Are you ready to rip this Band-Aid off?
Yeah, do it. I mean, the image just explains itself.
I mean,
true.
I
It's true.
get it.
I get it
Legit.
too. I totally get it. Yep. I don't disagree.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why Bugs is a bunny. I mean, my God, like, I'm sure there's a director's cut somewhere,
I'm sure there is.
and he's
yeah.
whispering it.
What I
He's
can't get over.
whispering in his partner's ears. Ain't I a stinker?
What I'm more getting on here is like obviously Bugs is rocking the bod here. Who the fuck drew the head on this horse? I am actually disturbed by the head of that fucking horse. Like, is that supposed to be at sexy time? I'm hitting that later. Like, what are we? How do you have a double chin stacked behind your actual chin?
I have no idea.
What are we? The anatomy of this horse has got me disturbed. But all right, who do we have in the lineup next? The chin smolder.
Smolder.
Bree, would you be up next?
I
Or is it Kiona?
can. I mean, I'm fine if Kiona wants to go first.
Okay. All right. So, remember this little show called Batman Beyond?
Oh,
I know where you're going with this.
Okay, Jesus. Okay.
I know you're going with
I
this.
believe I know who he's going through with this.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Who do you think? Who do you think?
Is it Ink?
Yes.
Yeah! Let's go!
Yes. Yes. Let us not forget. Okay, I'm going to do one more picture. Let us not forget this when this happened. Let's not forget when this happened in a kids show on Kids WB.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put that image up there.
Xenomorphing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Never been more jealous of Terry McGinnis than I was in that moment, let me tell you.
Man, I will
That
tell
is
you.
incredible.
What is the oh man, what was what was her name? What that brings up one of the like this is not a hear me out because the person's just attractive, but like one that doesn't get talked about enough from that show is but where is
Are you
it?
talking about 10?
No, 10 is one of them.
10 is definitely one of them.
Blade.
Oh
You know what?
God,
Yeah.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
Blade.
Oh my goodness
Oh, yeah.
gracious, that woman when I was younger.
Oh yeah, bud.
Woo! Damn, but yeah, 10 was another one. Absolutely.
10 was another one. Blade was another one. Yeah, I mean they had some.
Who was,
some good hotties on that show? Let me tell you.
Like Terry's friend, not his girlfriend, because that's another one.
Max?
Was it
Yeah.
Maxine?
Max?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
Max.
was another one. Yeah,
Yeah,
every
Max.
woman in
Yeah.
that, like the art style for that show was just
I think the one that I liked the least was actually Dana.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
It's just the attitude they kind of gave her.
It wasn't like, yeah, it wasn't entirely the character's fault. It was just the way that she was written and stuff like that. And obviously Lauren Tom, great voice actress, but like,
Yes.
but yeah, I mean, I always liked 10. I loved Melanie. I loved her. And I also loved Ink as a villain.
Mhm.
Also, Karare was pretty hot too.
Yes,
Ooh,
you're right, it
yeah.
was.
She killed Tim Curry in that one episode. The character he voiced, I mean,
Yes, absolutely.
which was, yeah, that was a great
Yeah.
show, man.
It was. It absolutely was. I'm glad it got an ending in Batman Beyond because
Yeah.
you want to go look up the weirdness of the ending of the original series of Batman Beyond, go look because there's a lot going on with it.
Oh, yeah, for real.
Alrighty. Bree, go ahead.
Okay, let me preface this where I promise there's some normal ones in there. Well, let me rephrase that relatively normal. This is not one of them. Come the face stealer from Avatar The Last Airbender.
I mean,
You know, I don't disagree.
Yeah, that
mean-
could be.
I mean, he can be anyone, so, we can kind of, change it up a little bit. I mean, yeah,
You can
might
mystique
eat me,
it up
but,
a little.
but you know what? That's a chance, something I'm willing to risk. I mean, it'd be the same thing
yeah.
if I would be hooking up with, like Carmilla or like a vampire. You know what? It's a little bit of, job risk, but hey, you have to fight for what your heart wants.
You gotta risk it for the biscuit, you know?
You do.
Mhm.
You absolutely do. I like it. A little bit of bug in there. I'm okay with that. We're gonna segue a little here. We got one. So, no that don't know this about me, I am a fan of Stephanie Vauquer. I happen to be a man who is a fan of the ass, we'll just put it that way. Like a good girl who's nice and thick. Got a lot going
Ass
on back
connoisseur, one should
there. A
say.
connoisseur of the ass, one might say.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying this is what started it, but when I was older and I looked back and watched this cartoon, when I was going back, I'm like, I didn't think they needed to give fuck me eyes to this character. But,
Indeed.
like,
okay, that was on my list.
like, am I wrong here?
Nope.
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 Miss Spider can get it. That's all I gotta say. She has high-heeled boots on every leg.
True. True.
I mean, she
True.
keeps up appearances like eyeliner on point.
Like, there's another image I got in here. Hold on, where is it? Like, look at, like, just,
Like,
Oh, yeah, look at that.
yeah.
like,
Wow.
wee. Oh. And she's got motherly instincts and all that. Oh, Mike, I didn't see that you got it on yours. I didn't
told
see
you
that
there'd
in
be
the post.
crossover.
I didn't see that. I'm sorry. All right, but yeah, that one was just, woo.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, shoot.
Very
Whoops.
nice. Very
But
nice.
yeah, that was, All right, since we kind of shared that one. I have one that's voiced by Jen Hale on here, Kiona, and I'm going to be shocked
Do
if you can
you?
remember who it is.
Oh.
It was one of my favorite crushes that I'm like, I didn't know I could have a crush on a thing that looked like that.
Oh God. I'm drawing a blank right now. To
You know
be
what? I will
honest.
bring it up right away. So,
Go for it.
I grew up a fan of, like, the team shows and the Go Get 'em and all that, and they had a lot of them when we were growing up.
Yeah.
And then I typically liked the bad girl in that because of the attitudes and other things like that. And then I started watching these shows where they just like to throw shit at the wind and see if it stuck. And this show got horrifically shafted, in my opinion. And they even had third wall breaks in the middle of or fourth wall breaks in the middle of the show that just showed you that, like, the writers weren't going to be given anything, so they gave up halfway through the season. And I didn't realize till I was older that this character was voiced by Jen Hale. But oh boy, other than another character that shows up in the show, she's one of the hottest looking cartoon characters without trying. But it's not something that everyone would want. In my opinion, I've been told. I present to you Mallory from Mighty Ducks.
Hell
You
yeah.
know what? I get it.
There was another one that oh my god, how do I spell this? Lucretia de Croix. Mighty Ducks. Yeah, there they spelt it for me. They just they just made a character that people wanted to have sex with.
Kiana, you want to kill that?
I did.
Are you?
Oh, you did? Okay.
My God, that's why I have you around, buddy. This is the other character on the show that I didn't exactly show right away, but like, this is one where I'm just like, why? Like, you just want people to. This is a kid's show. What are we like?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Which mind you, like, this is like a spin-off of like a movie that stars Emilio like Estevez, but has like nothing to do with it.
That's why I love it.
This is their advertisement for when they actually made them the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. This was their big announcement piece.
Yeah, I know. God, that I when they owned the hockey team, that was like such a weird era. God.
To this day, and I will fight and die on this hill, the intro to that show is in top 3 of best intros for anything animated.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Ever.
Here come the mighty ducks,
rolling down, yes. Oh, it's so good. Anyway,
Okay.
Fiona, I think it is back to you.
Got one for you. So some might call this character a little bit catty. But to me, she's one of my first crushes of all time. Again, from the 80s, because I'm old. Again. But like, talking about Thundercats, and my favorite one
Here we go.
is, of course, Chitara.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh heck yeah.
Yep.
Oh hell yeah.
Chitara. Chitara could have done things to me that I don't think any other woman possibly could. Let me tell you, and she still could. And just seeing like the revitalization of the franchise, kind of in a way, you know, with like as it did over the years and over the decades, really. And then like now I think she's still got her own comic book, or maybe it just ended or something, but the artwork in that's pretty damn good. Let me tell you, some of the cover art, man. Whew. Yeah, Chitara, one of the hottest characters ever, if you ask me. Very cool. And also, she's a badass.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like she was the one that knew what she was doing. Out of all of them, I feel like she was the one that knew what they were doing.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm forgetting some plots of the Thundercats. Wasn't it a thing where the main character mentally was...
He was like a kid.
So, like, Chitara had to kind of...
It was that
take
whole
the reins
Shazam
there.
thing where, like, you know, they become, like, an adult heroic character.
Yes.
Like with
Absolutely.
when his sword extended.
God damn it.
That's the kind of shit we were dealing with in the
Ah,
80s, let me tell you.
Aki pooey. All right. So Bree, do you got another one?
Okay, so I was gonna do one, but you know what? I'm gonna save that one for last. But this is gonna be kind of like my soapbox one because I am tired of the debate. I'm tired of the discourse. I mean,
Let's do
does
it.
this make me like the most basic bitch on the planet? Yes. Yes, it
Okay.
does. But okay, just hear me out. She did nothing wrong. Her route where she's good is still like the best one story wise. I will not hear otherwise.
Okay.
Crap, where did I
Is
put
this
it? It's
character from Undertale?
no, I actually don't play Undertale. I know that makes me like such a bad gamer. I'm sorry. It's true. Ah, here it is. It's because it's not labeled as the actual character name. Thanks, Google.
Oh,
Oh.
was
She
not
did not. She did nothing wrong, and also her route where you get to play with her. It's a good one. I hate that it's the shortest route because, in my opinion, it's like the best written one in the game, and that like kills me on the inside. That it's like only like 19 chapters. Like it upsets me so greatly.
I can see it. I can definitely see it.
I mean, look, she's fighting against like the church. Like, my God, like she is, and she's like right because in the context of the game, like, yo, what Rhea does is still like super duper like fucked up. I'm like, yeah, like that's kind of evil. Like, why are you saying it's a good guy? Like, no, this bitch is right. Like, you need to go down. You did experiments on children.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You make valid arguments.
You do make valid arguments. Damn. Very nice. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. So, do you have another one, Mike?
I just dropped one in the chat.
Alrighty.
I gotcha.
You got it? Alright. Do you want to tee
Yeah.
this one up, Michael?
All right, so we're going back to the 90s, and this is a show that, if you were a fan of Aladdin, you probably watched this either
Ooh.
on CBS or.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Yep.
I forgot about her.
I did too until I was like looking up like that Reddit thread. I'm like, oh yeah, this unlocked some core memories.
Yeah, I can. Yep. I can agree on that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can agree on that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. I forget that show was a thing sometimes. Back when Disney was just willing to try things.
Yeah, they made shows for like everything back then.
Mhm.
Like legit, that was
Really?
so much of my childhood. It's just like, oh, I'm sure Disney had something because even like the stuff that wasn't like that was kind of okay was still like a lot of fun and it was like well animated.
Oh, absolutely it was. It was a great. All right. I've got one that to this day shocks me that I've not seen more people talk about this. Now, I'm going to get a different picture of this because there's another version where it's a little bit more normal. Where I think she looks hot in either of these photos, but it's the only time. So things like this would, bug me that no one else thought this character was as hot as what she was. But to me, this picture, Sarah Louise Kerrigan from StarCraft. My God, how is she more attractive as a bug? I just don't get it. And like, there's a version of this where she gets turned back,
Mm-hmm.
but she keeps like where the heck did it go? Where she keeps human, but she has like insectozoid dreadlocks, and it looks sick as hell.
Actually, yeah, it does.
Nice.
I'm just like, yeah, that looks so good. And there's another one I have like this, that the normal person, but the different. I have another one, but I'm gonna say it at that. Sarah Kerrigan is one of those where just when you run into her as Jim at the first start of it, and then I will tell you, if you want to play a video game that makes you feel like an unstoppable god behemoth monster, Heart of the Swarm 2 is one of the best. I suck at RTSs. I got good enough to be good at StarCraft because it's genuinely got an amazing story in it. And that is, oh, that woman is attractive. Woo-hoo! But, Kiona, I think it is back up to you.
Okay, I'm gonna do one that is from a show that I haven't really watched all the way through, but I think she's a very special character, and I kind of find her relatable. With what I have seen and sort of like her motivations and everything. You can go ahead and pop that up.
Where is it? This is one that I have not shown yet, but I agree with you. It's on my list.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell
Nice.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Demona.
Yes. Yes.
The things I would let Demona do to me.
Oh my god, Demona. And look at, she's kind of a muscle mommy too. I gotta say. But you know, the wings and everything, the dark aesthetic, like the earrings are working for me, everything's working for me. Even the hair is working for me, man. Like, and not only that, but also motivations, right? We'll talk about character motivations here. From Gargoyles, actually, Pringle.
Yes.
I don't know if you're asking
Literally
about
the
Demona,
best
but yeah.
Disney afternoon show. The best one. Shut up.
From
Like
the
Goof
same,
Troop.
from the
Like
same
Goof Troop
one that
is
showed
cute,
Vagina from.
but
Yeah, from the same
But yeah.
hyenas from the same show.
But yeah, Demona is so like I think she would be my favorite. I gotta go back and rewatch the entire show.
It's
Love the voice cast, love the animation style and everything, but like
Matriarch
she's a
Venezia's
special
voice
character.
actress.
and right, exactly. And I honestly think that like I think she's kind of like she's so relatable, and I think that she's kind of a hero in her own way, like an anti-heroine, you know? I don't think of her as a villain. So, yeah. Definitely.
That was literally waiting because I'm not showing two gargoyles ones twice in a row.
Sorry, man.
No, you're all good. I was like, if someone else gets it, absolutely. It's perfect. Yeah, no.
I really need to watch a lot more of that show than I actually do.
Oh, dude. Hey, how long ago did they say they were going to make that live action Gargoyles movie?
They've been talking about that since like
Jeez.
2017.
That
Yeah, I
was
feel
like, and when
that's-
they
it's been
they like
years.
reinserted and said it was actually in production when they did the whole Disney Plus thing.
Mhm,
They
mhm.
made a big deal to show that they were actually like, nope, we're working on it. And she's
Why don't they just
happening.
continue it as an animated show and just have the voice cast come back? Whoever's still around, still.
I mean, a lot of them still are. Like, I think most of the
Yeah.
main ones still are.
Oh, they
Yeah.
absolutely are. It's like Keith David is the
think
main
that
one
would
you
be
could
cool.
get.
What
yeah,
is
Keith
kind
David's
of insane is because they did a Gargoyles joke with like the theme and everything, and had Keith David come back for like the series finale of the DuckTales reboot,
Yes, and it was
and
awesome.
they made it. Yeah, they made a Gargoyles joke, like just the build up to that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was, yeah,
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I got it, Mike. I gotcha.
Get
Yeah.
another one in there?
It's-
Go ahead, Mike.
It's not. I can't even do this one. With the same thing.
All right, let me just. All right, hold on. Oh, I forgot to convert the image. Shit, come on, give me like 5 seconds. All right, it's coming. Yeah, God,
I did not expect to look over in that chat.
okay.
Look, it's not always about like the It's not. It's not. It doesn't always have to be physical. Sometimes it's about the personality. It's about the brains.
Well, you know what? You do one better. Have you seen Musical Karen?
I think so. Wait,
I-
are you talking about from the Plankton movie?
No, from the Broadway musical. This
Oh,
is like. Oh,
I
this
need
is.
to I need to see
This is
that.
even better. I think she was played by Stephanie Hsu right before Everything Everywhere All at Once.
No,
Yeah. Yeah, hold on.
I need to see
No,
this.
all right, hold on. Give me like 2 seconds. I just have to convert the image. Okay. Okay, just all right. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Just trust me. Blah, 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 blah. All right, hold on. There we go. List. Yeah,
Okay.
that's Stephanie Hsu. Yeah, no, that's her.
Nice.
Wow. I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
she was playing it.
I'm aware of the musical. I just didn't know specifically that was her in that role.
Yeah, that was right before I think she was cast. Because that show, like, it did like well enough. They had like a resurgence, but then it closed because the theater was renovated, which is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, they gotta have dumb reasons like that for all that crap.
But they thankfully did like a pro shot.
That is spectacular. Oh, that's something else. That
The costumes in that show are like amazing. Like they don't do it like literal, but they do it like just as much. Like Mr. Krabs' claws are like boxing gloves, and Sandy, her helmet's an afro.
Oh, nice.
makes sense. Makes sense. All right. So Killen just went. That there. Normal one. All right. I have another one that goes on for the as a bug thing.
Mhm.
There was a character that I thought was attractive in this show in their normal form, but I don't know why. Maybe it's the added layer of cake that gets put onto the character when this happens. But, some people have arcs, some people get redemption, and some people don't know if a person actually got their redemption by the end of their show. But, when you spend a half of your life in a crystal, stuck in a dungeon for a while, it happens. But I'm just saying, when she gets all grown up,
Damn.
Oh,
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, what it was about Annie when she was a Titan.
I just don't know, man. I have no idea.
Whoo! And I'm not saying Annie's bad looking when she's normal, but
No, actually, she wasn't. But, yeah,
what about
I'd let her eat me.
the Ant Princess from Ant? Ghost Pringle? That is,
That's a good choice.
what's her name?
Give me a second. I got it.
That is not a bad shout, Ghost. My gosh, I forgot how much they made the Sylvester Stallone one look just like Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, Princess Bala.
Princess Bala. Can you not give me an actual shot of the
Damn.
character? Princess Bala from Ants. Yeah, that's definitely up there. We're just gonna share that one for Pringle. Yeah, that one's up there. Look at that thorax.
You know what? If we're gonna go with the insect theme, I have another one.
I have another one as well that deals with insects.
This is a character from. I'm putting it in the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I was like, there's no way that we couldn't bring it up. Like,
There
okay,
it is. Very nice.
I'm
You got it, Bree?
I got it on the screen here. Yeah.
Oh, you got it. Okay.
Like, come on,
Oh,
we
yeah.
couldn't
There
we
you go.
couldn't
There
bring
you
up
go.
ants without also bringing up A Bug's Life.
Bug's
Yes.
Life, yeah. This
Yeah.
is true.
It is good. It is good. That ick.
Ick. Very nice. Very nice.
All right. How many do we have left?
I have 4 more.
Buckets of bolts.
Oh my
All
gosh.
right.
I can do
Oh, you said 10!
I know. All right. I
I can
have,
do a couple.
I have 3 left, I believe. She was fire, and then she was mushed. The
Yeah, I
princess.
could do about 3 more.
All right, go ahead. I have 3 more. Go ahead. We'll alternate them out.
Okay. So for the next one, have any of you played that Expedition 33 Claire Obscure game?
Nope.
The French game that French is around a lot.
Are you
Um,
going to be putting Loon on here?
What? No.
That's what everyone talk about.
No. No. Instead, I'm going to talk about what's called in the game, I believe they're referred to as a gestrel. They're like living paintbrushes.
Okay.
And one of them is like they call her the chef. I think they mean the chief, although she might be a chef. I don't really know. But all I know is that if you challenge her in the early part of the game, you get your ass kicked because she just one hit kills you. And again, she's like a 12-foot tall living paintbrush muscle mommy. So, oui bonjour to Golgra.
Jeez. That
There we
is
go.
a muscle mommy.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, and what you don't see is your little character literally like way at the bottom of the screen here from this angle. But like, yeah, she definitely, we opened the back door for you. Thank you for that quote right there. Thank you to whoever screenshot this originally. That's great. Good job. But like,
Oh my god.
but yes, they do in fact open the back door for you. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, you can challenge. There's certain characters that you can duel in the early parts of the game just to get like loot and stuff. If you challenge her, every other person that you can challenge is basically defeatable. It's a beatable character. If you challenge Golgra, she one hit kills you unless you're able to parry every single hit. And not only do you have to parry every single hit, but she also does not let you take a turn. So that's how powerful she is in the early going of the game.
Damn.
But yeah, kind of an awesome character, honestly. I was like, as soon as I saw this, I messaged Red and I was like, hello. Bonjour indeed. And then the game broke my computer.
Of course.
Yikes.
Yeah, so that happened. But anyway, it was fun while it lasted. Golgra is definitely, yeah, she's a fun one.
All right, I have a short but sweet one. You know, people are psycho, but that doesn't mean they don't deserve love.
They are indeed.
And I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right.
It'd probably be the last thing I ever did, but I have a feeling I'd enjoy it.
Love it. I would enjoy it. That would be a way to go, man.
Look at how well maintained these
I'd
heels
be
are. Look at
super
that.
happy about that. Are you kidding me? I would love it.
Yeah, no. Totally get it, dude.
Yeah.
Totally get it.
So that's preferred way out.
Free.
Okay, so this one, I mean, some of these are basic, but this one, honestly, it was kind of hard for me because this is one of my all-time favorite games. I was like, oh, but there's so many of them. So I'm like, okay, I have to like really think about this. Like, this might not be like my numero uno, but I'm like, this is all about defending ourselves, doing stuff that's perhaps a little bit unconventional.
Okay.
Chaos from Hades.
There you go. Yeah, very
yeah,
nice.
I get
very
it.
nice. I get it.
I mean, they are amazing. Like, gender, who needs that? Who cares? I will be
Yeah.
your everything. And I
Yep.
mean, and they control reality, and they will, it's a little spicy,
Yep.
but they will give you some nice boons. Like they will
Mm-hmm.
help you be super duper awesome,
They'll
and
help
yeah,
you.
they can just get it.
Yeah. Love that choice. Very good.
Absolutely.
Great game. My God. Love
Oh, yeah.
Hades.
God, I can't wait till like 2 is
Hades 2
like
is good too.
fully out. Yeah, I don't have because I don't have like a PC or the stuff, but oh God, I hope it comes to like Switch or other options, by
I'm sure it
Christmas
will.
because if it's like Christmas, then like I will be a very happy lady
Yeah. Yep.
because that hot spring thing's like, oh my God.
Yes.
All
All
right.
right.
Oh, Michael, that is so basic, but I get it.
Yeah, I wanted to throw at least one basic one in there.
Yeah, it is very basic, but if you haven't had thoughts about her, it's kind of like, what are you even doing at this
You
point?
are a liar. Do you have this, Brock, or do you want me to grab it?
I thought you were grabbing it.
Oh, that
but-
was just I can grab it real quick.
I can bring
Okay.
one up while you're grabbing it.
Oh no! I got it. Give me like 2 seconds just to hit download. Okay. All right, and then make sure I'm in the right tab and I don't accidentally close a tab. What the fuck is with the? I hate the web thing, like because it's like not supported by everything. But
I know.
but
It's
anyway,
really
let me
irritating.
just I don't know. Like I get it, but also still.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't have a thing for her, you're either lying or you just never watched the show.
I mean, come on. All the time she fought with Kim, like that was fucking hot as shit.
Let me do a shout out for Red here because she cosplayed as Shigo, and that was extremely hot. And also, our friend Serena cosplays as Shigo sometimes. Also,
I mean,
does a
come
really
on. She's
fantastic job.
got like hips for days. Like Jesus.
Yes,
She do.
Shigo's amazing.
She do.
Great character.
Great character.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well
Shigo.
done.
Kiona, have you done one?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I got a couple more.
Okay.
All right. So, again, kind of from a show that I haven't really finished watching, but I saw the first episode of it and it was something that really hit hard, and this character in particular was something that left an indelible mark on me as a viewer and as sort of a baby anime fan, especially at the time when I first saw this. It was on like Adult Swim or Toonami or something, like the Midnight Run or something like that. But yeah, Blue Sub number 6.
Ooh, that's a good one.
The end of that first episode where you get to see the sort of like, I guess she's almost like a mermaid kind of. Amazing.
I can see it.
But yeah, just really, really like I was with the main character when I saw that particular character that's supposed to be like the villain of the piece, and then you just see her and she's like this gloriously, insanely beautiful creature. And I was just like, huh, okay. All right, dude. You got me with this, guys. But yeah.
Absolutely. That is a yeah. Yeah, I'd agree. Absolutely. Do I have 1, 2? I have 2 left. I'll do
I
one.
had yeah, I had 3.
I will do one of my last ones, and then you can do 2, and then we can back and forth, or we'll get off on
Yeah,
that for a while,
because
so you
I can do a
know.
couple more if you want.
yeah. Okay, that's good.
I have a couple more.
All right, so speaking of women that could ruin you earlier, and going back on the
Oh,
insect
yeah.
theme, a show
Oh,
that I watched quite a bit when I was growing up, and was quite jealous and it worked out great because my favorite character, ended up getting with this character. And then I was just, I don't know what it
Nice.
was that made me think, this character would kill me and then use me as a bouncy ball. But man, I just got a feeling that, I don't know, that I'd just be okay with it. Just like
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
Black,
yeah.
Black Arachnia from Beast Wars. I was just,
oh yeah.
just okay. Her voice, everything.
Mhm,
And my
mhm,
favorite
mhm.
character in that show was
I
Silverbolt,
agree.
and the entire show he did nothing but try and convert her and make her good. And then they turned him into
I understand. I see it.
and then they turned Silverbolt into like a tactical attack chick turkey and fucking beast machines.
A
Beast
tactical
Machines was
attack turkey.
like, okay, all right, hold on. Like, I'm just gonna have to show this.
I don't remember
'Cause-
that much about Beast Machines, to be honest.
All right, so here we go. Silver
Got
Bolt
joints for
Beast.
days.
She does have joints for days. All right, so
Yeah.
this is Silverbolt
Mhm, mhm.
in Beast Wars.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
Now,
Makes sense.
Beast Machines. Tactical Assault Turkey.
Oh, there you
what
go.
Are we...
Very nice.
like, what the
Very
fuck?
nice indeed.
What are we? I was just like, what
Wow.
the fuck did you... I
Yeah,
still
they
like
went-
it, but
they
I went,
ham on that.
what did we do here? But
Damn.
still liked it. But yeah. Hey, those joints get all the work done. That's all I'm saying.
Heck yeah.
She could beat the shit out of me and then bend me back into place. That's all I gotta say.
There you go. There you go. Well done.
Oh, that woman's got hips, dear Jesus.
Mike, why are you laughing maniacally?
because I got one that you guys
Okay.
will get a kick out of.
Okay.
Um,
Gonna kick out of
you
it.
guys remember Reboot, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the female villain?
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Oh yeah. Yep. 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 Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna get her in there, and then we're gonna get her in here, and what was her name again? Hexadecimal. That's what it was.
Hexadecimal.
Good old
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Hexadecimal. Where is she? How am I
Wow.
not seeing that head of hers? I have that.
Dude, she
on
kind
Blu-ray
of gives
somewhere.
off Final Fantasy VIII vibes.
She does. Very Aztec-y. Yes.
She kind of gives off a little bit of
Now she's a party.
yeah.
I can see it.
What was that evil witch in Final Fantasy VIII? I'm forgetting.
Oh, I've never played 8. That is a good question. I've never played 8.
Similar vibe. Similar vibe.
Which Final Fantasy puzzle ult? All I see comes up as sorceress, which doesn't get me
The
anything,
sorceress,
but
yeah.
That tells you nothing.
it tells
Yeah,
me-
the sorceress, though. I mean, I don't remember the name
Yeah.
of the villain. Honestly,
But,
it's been a while. But yeah.
yeah, isn't
Anyway,
Adele?
just similar vibes, kind of.
Altissima? Oh! Altissima?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Got it.
Kind of a vibe similarity there.
Hook me up with one of those dudes in the back.
God.
Those look like Mike Wazowski's.
Yeah.
They
they
do.
do.
They kind of do. Oh my god. yeah,
Mike
they do.
Wazowski. All right, Bree.
Okay.
Okay, so this one is probably going to be like my most basic vanilla one. It's still weird, but honestly, like once you see it, like you will 100% get it.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I mean,
I don't remember this Vogue photo shoot in the middle of the movie, but yeah, that's
I think it's from Simba's Pride.
it
Yeah.
very well could be. I was gonna
Yeah.
say, there's that one shot where I was gonna put Nala on here where she's giving the fuck me eyes to Simba
I know.
and that one when
Oh,
she's
yeah.
laying on the
It was hard,
I was
but
thinking
I'm
of that.
like pun not intended, but Simba just edged just a little closer.
just a little bit. Just a little
It
bit.
looks like he's doing a L'Oreal ad or something.
Just maybe it's
Because
Maybelline.
I'm worth it.
Yeah.
Hakuna Matata, baby.
Oh yeah. Good lord.
Like my God, like what Robin Hood did for like Gen X furries. My God, like millennial furries and the Lion King. Still going strong. Like I still remember from the Stevie Art days. I'm not a furry, but I'm like I appreciate furry art. Like I get it. Like artistically, like it's a connoisseur. But I'm like, let me tell you, like how many families have been fed from Lion King artwork. Like there is probably like a whole cottagecore industry.
There has to be.
yeah. Why did Simba's auto?
I have to favorite that. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Balls for dumbass kid. That's funny. All right, Kiona, is it back to you? Kiona,
Fiona.
Nope. Did we lose him?
did we lose him?
I don't know.
All right, I suppose I could do one of mine. We wait for Kiona to return. All right, so most people would pick the opposite of this, and I'm not saying that it was a bad thing. I'm just saying that again with showing what I would be into when I was later on as a young kid at this show. Most people geared towards Anjouamon, and I geared myself a little more in the other direction. I'm just saying, like, God.
I mean, I get it, especially like this Skull's titty, hot as fuck. Totally get it, 100% down.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna take away the because I'm not going to say that the other end of the argument isn't valid as I bring the photo up here, because I mean the other end of the argument is very valid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
but no, I agree with you, Brock. I mean, if we're gonna be truly honest with ourselves, who would we prefer?
Yeah, one of them is going out and having shots with me on the weekend as we go to the adult side of the convention that we're going to, and the other one wants to go home and go to bed.
That analogy is fucking perfect. I'm just saying, we're all adults here. Let's be honest.
Yes. All right, I have one left. I'll let you get a couple more in here if we get Kiona back.
I don't know what's going on with Kiona. Is your mic muted, Kiona? I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna get my other basic one in there because I'm saving like the ultimate one for last.
Mhm.
All right, where did I call it? All right, just get my list up. It should be around here somewhere. Ah, I hate that everything isn't labeled. You make me very upsetty spaghetti. Oh my God. Ah, the heck. I hate that I can't find anything. Where the heck are my pictures? Is this it? No, that's like, this is gonna really annoying me now. All right. it's coming. It's there. Oh, here it is. Oh, God damn it. Okay. Oh, and it actually was labeled. See, this is what I get. Like, I'm just bad at everything. But anyway, hear me out.
Okay.
I mean,
You
he's
said
voiced.
this was a more basic one.
Well, because he's voiced by one half of Flight of the Conchords.
Okay.
So,
Fair.
yeah, Jeremy Clement. I mean, look, he's got great taste in jewelry and all things shiny. I'm like, yeah, he might eat me, but you know what? He's just a funny little guy.
Good lord. All right. Mike, do you have a last one, or are you good?
I think I'm good.
All right. I have one last one that I have not done yet. This character is a clone of another character, and a lot of them say they would avoid them to, keep their stuff. And they say, she's a 10 unless you see her face. But they did a thing to this character in the 10th version of this game to make her more appealing. And I'll see if after you see this photo, you can see exactly what the thing they did that isn't in the other games.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Oh. Oh, hello. Yes. She's also on
Heck
my
yeah.
list.
She never had lips in the other games. It was just rows of teeth.
That's right. That's right.
So it's like, all right, we can make this happen a little bit more now that you have lips there, honey.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I would have some fun
Melina.
with Melina. If I'm going to be honest
Oh, yeah.
with you, out of all the ninjas that would honestly go for, it would be a tie between Jade and Scarlet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But those aren't hear me outs. Those ones are pretty basic. Scarlet might be a hear me out.
And Scarlet's
But,
a little bit of a hear me out. Yeah.
She is a little bit of a hear me out. She's a little nuts. She would drain you dry in more ways than one.
I would agree.
But yeah, that is, I believe, my
Okay.
last one.
Okay.
All right.
Do you want to?
Did
Oh,
you have
Kiana.
more,
previews? Do you have another one? Or okay,
I have.
can.
I had one last one. Do you have any more, Kiana?
I can do one more on
Okay.
my side. Okay, so we're gonna do. This is from a game that maybe is a little bit controversial, but you gotta love these two characters.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Why did? Okay.
there we go.
Yep.
Oh,
The twins
okay.
from Atomic Heart. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Hear me out here, but they're just amazing, and they're ballerinas, and they're super tall, and they will kill me and kick my ass, and I love it. Bring it,
They're-
baby, bring
They're
it.
the most normal looking thing in those games now.
They are the most normal looking things in those games, actually. Which is amazing. But yeah, they have flexibility, and that's all I have to say. Yeah.
They do. That
Yeah.
they do.
Love it. So yeah, definitely the twins from Atomic Heart.
Absolutely.
Okay. That is it for me.
I
Okay.
do not have any more either.
Yeah, I have one more. Okay. So this is my big. Hear me out. Let me just say, I'm a huge sports fan. I think he is the
What
greatest.
mascot are you putting in here?
Okay,
I
so
got
hear me
you
out.
already. I knew it. I knew it.
Oh my god.
And you know what?
Yes. Yes.
The big reason
Do
to
it.
hear me out, other than the fact that he dances, has an ATV, just
Oh, it's fantastic, man.
lovable dork. He does something that's very, very special.
It's amazing.
This is the
I
one
knew
that
as soon as you
Amazing.
said mascot, I couldn't get the words out fast enough.
Yes. Yes.
I knew it. I'm like, you fucking
Yes.
Philadelphia freak show. I knew you were going to do this. I just knew it. I was like, which mascot is it? Like, yes.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, honestly, if I
That was
was
it
like a
right
little
there.
bit more desperate, I'm like, it would be, we could have a little, thruppling with between him and Gritty. But like, I'm just saying,
Fucking Gritty.
Le
What if-
Gritty.
What if we just hit the Gwitty, Widdy, way a small boat? Guys, forget choose the werewolf or brother of a Van Helsing. All right, so that's
Okay.
what the fuck. All right, another time down the road we can do the actual what I want to say, our actual, because at one point I want to do more Crush things where it would be animated, our normal ones, live action anime, stuff like that, just to see where our interests align with other things.
I
But,
still wanted you to just leave him up there for the rest of the stream.
is there a way to have that looping?
Let me just see. I think I have this GIF. Hold on. Let me just see if the GIF will actually work. Because I converted it. Let me just see. Yes!
God damn it.
Oh my
I wasn't sure if
God,
a GIF
that
would work.
is
I didn't know.
the greatest thing.
All right, anyway.
It's on a nose. It's a snoozle.
Snoozle.
Anyway, for those that have watched us be frickin' morons for well over a year at this point, because we've not been maintaining every time for a week, so we've been doing this for probably a year and a half. Thank you to everyone who's watched this. I cannot actually frickin' believe there's 50 episodes of this podcast out.
Crazy.
I wanted to do this bi-monthly, and then it quickly turned into weekly within like 4 to 5 episodes of us doing it, so that took no time flat.
If this was still bi-monthly, can you imagine the amount of topics that we would have in every show?
Oh my God, episodes would be 6 hours long.
They would be 6 hours long.
I would die.
Like, I would have to have, like, a thing under my desk just to go to the bathroom. Like, we would be stranded here.
This would turn into the Justice League Snyder Cut podcast every time.
Unfortunately, yeah.
That was the longest experience of my entire life. Podcast.
That really was, honestly.
Ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, so thank you to everyone, my main cast here, everyone who has done the podcast, who's been along with it. Millennial Mike, Matt, Josh, Jacob, everyone who's been involved. I know I've missed some. Everyone, I greatly appreciate you. And yeah, let's get out of here. Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us here on YouTube, on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need escape? So do we.
Bree, where can everybody find you?
Well, do they want to find me, actually? But if you want to, you can find me on Blue Sky at crazylemur.beatsky.social. I'm also on Instagram on LebersRoll1. I also do a podcast with my friend Gio called Lay Crap, where we discuss bad or misunderstood movies. Part 1 of our Sharktopus duology is out. Part 2 of the podcast will be out on July 20th for Shark Week. Sorry, my brain just, I don't know, I'm just looking at that time. I'm like, I've just got lost. So, hey, if you just like to hear two nerds geek out about movies and just laugh and just be obnoxious, I got a show for you. But yeah, that's it for me.
Kiana?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram and Threads at Neoplasmic81. You can also find me on Twitter at Neoplasmic24, and you can find me on Blue Sky and Twitch at Neoplasmic. I should be doing a stream tomorrow. I believe it'll just be just chatting.
I might be able to finally, this week has been very busy between Ironheart recordings and other things. I should be able to at least do a stream on Friday. But,
nice.
So I'll finally be playing Steel Seed. I'm quite excited to play that game. It looks fucking amazing. So you can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. Anyone who is interested in Ghost of Yote, I am giving away a digital deluxe edition on October 2nd at midnight at the release of the game. To win, you must be subscribed and you must be watching. Yes, Manny, I am looking at you. You have to be in the stream. If I announce you and you are not in it, I will re-roll it. I do not care. $5 to win something that's worth 80. I think that's a pretty good deal. If you are interested in cosplays and conventions and such, you can look at my Instagram over at Organoid Zero. The next convention I should be going to is Anime 414. If anyone is going to that, holler at your boy. I'll be dressed up as DMC stuff. But anyway, until next time, thank you for the 50 episodes. Bye!
Peace.